10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire team ban!
Mars! Radiant team ban!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Radiant
remaining.
team ban!
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire team ban!
Do you miss the intense passion? Best teams in the world. Powerful emotions. Epic fights. Stunning rivalries. It's time for the biggest comeback. Singapore. This March, Land Major Dota is coming back.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban! Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick!
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire team pick!
Lion.
Radiant team pick!
Double Shaman.
10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire team pick.
Morphling.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Death Prophet.
Radiant team ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Dire team ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team pick. Choose your hero.
Possibly Witchblade then.
Prepare for battle.
It's looking spicy.
I see for you a future full of death.
Thank you very much. Game number 1 between LGD and IG. I, for one, am so excited about this matchup. I'm a big Chinese Dota fan, and this is a matchup of 2 amazing teams in the region. The top 3 ranked players in the region, where you've got Fly at number 1, Emo at number 2, Ame at number 3. I mean, this is probably one of the best China matchups you're gonna see, and it's for a slot in the grand finals, Black. I would hope
30 seconds to
I
battle.
don't know if you could be as excited as me, but I'm hoping that you're close to it. I would expect it.
I mean, you know me, I've been in China for a long time. I know pretty much all of these players. You know, I'm the sensei to some of these players, you know, kind of like Ip Man. But yeah, it's gonna be a really good matchup. Surprising to see LGD here, to be honest. Like at the beginning of the tournament, I did not think that they would be in the top 3, especially in that winner bracket final. I thought IG would be there, but they kind of reversed the roles from the DPC League. So we'll have to see if LGD can kind of continue the onslaught, or if IG found their magic back and is now back on track.
Yeah, we'll see if IG can, I guess, take out LGD. LGD, who barely made it into the event at all. I mean, they had such a underwhelming performance in the regional league, and now they're, you know, 1 series away from going to the grand finals. I mean, this has been a long road for LGD to get here. IG got here pretty comfortably after the regionals, and I think we were talking about it back when we were in Romania, how I had more confidence in LGD to get this far than I would have had Elephant getting this far. And I mean, they're really stepping up to the plate.
They are. They're also the only team that made it this far that came in from wildcards. So they played a total of, I don't know, like 30+-ish games, which is really helpful in the tournament as well, to kind of develop your own meta and be ahead in the tournament meta that also gets developed locally. And that's just one of the main reasons why they're this strong right now. Like, they really know what they're doing. As Lizard said, 100% full comfort zone. And we'll have to see if IG's unconventional, in quotation marks, draft is gonna win.
You'll have to live to see it.
Okay, why
First
dropping
blood
on top
on
lane?
Innocence.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
It was without level 2.
Really?
Yeah, they were both level 1. They just got impaled and God's rebuked and died to it. Must have been a little out of position.
For sure, being a little bit out of position. And one of the things that I'm surprised about is just IG giving up the Monkey King. How many times are we going to watch LGD have a chance to put Ame on this Monkey King? Probably his most comfortable hero for the last, I would say maybe even just since the heroes come out. Just Monkey King has been his go-to.
You have to hype it a bit more. For the last decade, Monkey King has been his go-to hero. No, we all know what you mean. Like, he loves his hero. He kind of started this Battlefield trend also, I believe, which now everybody is picking up. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best Monkey Kings.
Wait for him forward, trying to freeze over Faithion. He's not going to freeze over. The shackles on a Fly won't lead to anything else. Faithion will try to heal up a little bit. And yeah, going back to your point about how he kind of developed the Battle Fury meta with this Monkey King, it was like during Season 1, I would say, of CDA DPC that he was really showing it off. So he's been running this kind of build, the Battle Fury Ags, for a little while now, and it's just kind of proven itself very strong, honestly. They threw his dive over and a little bit of revenge there. Boundless strike to swipe and kill away. Ame's got himself one.
It's gonna be a good golden fusion for him. Looking for his Battle Fury once more, of course. And we'll have to see what this Emo Mirana can do. We have seen him in a really bad matchup before. Mirana against TA, and he won that matchup somehow. And even against DP, who I would favor slightly here, he's doing very well for himself once more.
Doing well at 16-3, keeping up with nothing to say. certainly proving why he's number 2 in the region. And you know, it's been exciting to watch Emo grow as a player. He used to go by half, and now his name is Emo. Like, it's just, you've seen him progress. Not only that, you've seen IG progress. They were having a good run before the last season kind of concluded in a way that
Dyer's
probably nobody was
courier's gone
excited
down
about.
in flames.
They were out of form and now back in form. And that's normally, for me at least, I would say on the back of Emo more than FlyFly. So it's exciting to see him in a matchup like this, where maybe it's not one that he should be winning, but he always makes a stand in.
Right. Nice courier stick here, by the way. In case you guys want to learn some advanced mechanics. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ollie has been in this team for over 2 years. Is that right?
I think so. A long time. I mean, the team together has certainly, I would almost say, been together 2 years too.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Like, to think he was in the team for that long. Crazy. Loyalty paying off finally. They qualified for the last year already. Unfortunately, COVID hit, so it didn't end up going, but they're on a good way of making it there again. Securing a top 3 finish already.
Invisibility.
Top 3 finish for both these teams is going to be massive. It's been spoken about on the panel multiple times, just about how difficult and how much depth there is in the region. So, you know, securing your top 3 at this point, especially after a first place for IG, is a good feeling. Hex coming out with the Burrow strike onto Ollie. FlyFly coming over to try and maybe get one in return. Cold Feet is going to proc, but well, FlyFly can't really output the damage to get a kill onto the shadow, onto the Sand King anyway.
USA expert, how do you like this AA last pick?
I like AA. I think it's, you know, one of those heroes that can make or break a fight. You have to be on it though. You know, those ice blasts have to hit. Not unlike mine that don't land at all.
I think it's don't worry about it.
Burrow strike.
I just get caught without morphing
Storm. They just catch
Radiant's
FlyFly.
bottom tower is under attack.
Surprising because possible by
Structures
that.
are
Because even
fortified.
if DP wasn't there, he would have been in deep trouble.
Radiant's
He didn't
bottom
morph up when
tower
Sand
is
King
under
stunned him.
attack.
Put a pressure here in the mid lane. Impale the arrow. Potentially kill him. Kill.
Got the arrow. Should
Radiant's
have the kill
bottom
here.
tower
Will
is
finish
under
off
attack.
Q. And
Dyer's middle tower is under
again, it's another
attack.
thing the panel talked about.
Dyer's structures are
Finally morphling.
fortified.
I
Tower
personally
has
think
fallen.
Emo's the better morphling player. FlyFly, he's played well on this morphling before from his times with Keen Gaming, his times with Serenity, but those are also times where I'd watch him like full shift Agi and die to like a rocket flare.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have with his morphling here. He is very hit or miss on the hero. Sometimes he owns incredibly hard. Nice cut off the tree. Here.
Following that up with a spear, so a lot of stun time with the arrow. Really well done by
Structures are
JT.
fortified.
That's just why he is considered the best off there in China. JT is an absolute beast. Well done once more. Pretty much just setting up the kill on Monkey all by himself, without ult even.
Yeah, that's really well done. You can hold that ult. You don't have to really use much to get that kill. Stun locking him for so long. Once you've cut that tree, use all that time you need to land the spear, land the arrow perfectly placed. Faith Beyond in the top lane. He's trying to defend against
Dyer's
this,
top tower is under
but
attack.
there's not much defense he can really make out of it. They've got the Hex coming in from Kaka. Ingress dive over. That's on a JT as well as Emo. Strike not too far away, and he's stunned up once again. And this is going to be Faith Beyond going down. IG looking good as they take yet another in the top lane.
An arrow hit him even though he already borrowed struck. So it
Thanks
hit
you.
like his mirage, basically, but it still stunned the main hero. Interesting how that works. But yeah, Emo on this Mirana making it work
Radiant's
once more.
bottom tower is
On top
under
of his
attack.
net worth, rotating everywhere. Getting a ton of space for his morphling here.
And it's what I'm wondering about is if they're going to be able to continue to make this space for FlyFly. I expect the next Exorcism to be a push towards mid. However, IG, they're already setting up to kind of stop this. The arena's used, and that's going to catch King 2. They've got the cold feed, the spear, and a kill. Easy one.
Forgive my men.
Line him up, knock him down, and JT's got another.
Insane amount of damage here with AA. Plus Mars. Of course, AA doesn't really do much other than deal damage, but he deals a lot of it. Ice Vortex, Cold Feet. Ton of damage amplification.
First dive right on Kaka. He'll just try to TP out, and
he
it
makes
is in
it.
time.
The Phoenix not burning hard enough. He's still a baby Phoenix. To get some more levels up first before he becomes an adult Phoenix. Flame is gonna burn a lot brighter.
Easy shot.
Quite a bit of
Open
stacks here though on the Dire side.
Yeah, they're gonna need that to kind of catch this Monkey King up. He's right there with Fly, but you want him to definitely be more towards the top and feeling a bit more comfortable. But both carries have really dealt with a little bit of pressure.
Definitely have. So far, it's the mid laners that are really shining.
Dire's courier
both
has
sitting
been
at an
slain.
even network at the top.
Somebody spent a lot of money on that thing.
FaveBN also struggled quite a bit, but he's gonna farm up all the stacks, bringing him very dangerously close to his Blink Dagger. And once that's up, Epicenter Borrow Strike is gonna be a huge asset to them.
These are two teams that really rely on their offlaners to be playmakers.
Yeah, they're very similar in that regard, aren't they? Both
Yeah.
JT and FaveBN are really the guys that enable their teams usually.
Back when LGD were playing with that roster that had Chalice on it, he was more of a sacrificial offlaner. And, you know, now you've got two offlaners that are more consistent in lane, playmakers, and you can definitely feel when they're not getting themselves the farm that they
Dire's
need to
middle
really
tower is
enable
under
themselves.
attack.
Yeah. Oh, good hex here. Canceling the dive.
Starting to follow it up. They'll have a spear onto the Lonesome Tree that's in the river. God's Rebuke finish for JT. He's got yet another, now sitting 3-0-2, so he's on a killing
Spoil
spree.
that shot.
Making it look easy. Kaka on his most comfortable hero again. Lion. Maybe Shaman is more comfortable for him, but it's usually not on the cards or getting picked by the enemy team.
I'll take your tribute.
On the top of the net worth.
Going Linken's first. Do I like that?
The
Not
Dire
really,
have
but I see a lot of
reinforced their
China morphs do
structures.
this against these single target heavy disablers like Shadow Shaman, like Lion. It just makes sure they can't instantly hex you with a Blink Dagger or Ether Lens, so you get that chance to get the morph off. Can definitely sometimes
The prize
help
is
you
mine.
survive. Very costly item though to go as first item.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I worry about as a Morphling is, are you going to feel him when he's got that Linken's? Because he's going to need one or two more items to really make his presence felt, right? So if he's just got this Linken's, yes, he's surviving, but is that enough? He's just surviving enough to output enough damage to turn the tides of these fights.
Morphling is a special case because Linken's gives a lot of stats, and obviously you can just morph everything on Agi. You gain additional damage. It just becomes a problem when you itemize into Linken's as well as BKB. If you have to build both items, that's really when you see that impact of that early Linken's, simply because you don't have the damage output anymore. I want to see an E-Blade or Manta style after that.
Forward strike comes in, that's going to land onto Evo. They've got Silence to follow it up. Prince Swarm's there. They get the kill on the Marauder. Yule's up into the air. They've got 4 euros here. Exorcism, Supernova.
under
Committed leaps away! Evo! Oh my god, and they got Ame while all this is happening!
Radiant's middle tower is under
Just
attack.
leap away!
Dire's top tower
3
is
times.
under attack.
Yeah. Press E button 3 times, no problem. However, they're gonna trade the mid tower. Shaman Watch down, Exorcism down. That's not what they were looking for though.
Radiant's middle
Losing
tower
Monkey King on the top
has
side as well. Emo would have been a
Dire's
massive
bottom
kill,
tower is
but he makes it
under
out on the
attack.
skin of his teeth. Good health.
Yeah.
They kind of overlap the disables on the LGD side here.
Thinking
Yeah.
about that ulti. And on top of that, they used a lot just to end up getting a tier 1 tower mid. Supernova, the Serpent Wards, Exorcism. I mean, you laid it all down. You threw the kitchen sink at them, and you didn't get a kill. You just got a tower. Yes, that opens up their side of the jungle, but that's not
Shish
that
kebab.
great. Now they've got themselves the arenas on dive properly, and Yule sets it up. And look at that, just hopped up into the air, into the wall as he gets hit by that Earth Spike and the Spear. Nothing to say. Well, he's got
Dire's
nothing
middle tower
to say.
has
He
fallen.
dies, and he's dead for 30.
Yeah, JT, not only a professional Dota player, but also a professional kebab maker. Hitting that spear right on the mark once more. Don't think he has missed a single one yet. So Shaman, be careful. If he gets scored,
Radiant's bottom tower is
Might be dead as
under
well.
attack.
Can they swipe his stack away? I mean, they definitely see it, so they know that Monkey King's going to want to be there. He doesn't even have his battle gear yet, so it's a slow progression for the Monkey King right now.
Battle Fury definitely coming at a much slower timing than we're used to seeing. But it will still come out 3 minute 14, which is still decent to get up the threats. And after that, his farm is going to accelerate. We'll have to see if he goes back for this Agonist build again, or if he feels like he needs that BKB a little bit earlier this game.
Well, sometimes we'll see Ame go like BKB then back to the Ags, right? So if he feels like he's not comfortable with getting the Ags and taking that time to move around and farm when he's getting pressured, he'll go BKB back Ags, right?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to get Ags in this hero. It's just too good of an Ags to forego. It makes it very tanky. It just puts a lot of passive damage to the battlefield, which is always a big problem for everybody to deal with.
Really felt a lot from the Mirana despite the farm. Obviously, we watched the Mirana get out, but I'm excited to see what Emo can do with this hero. When I originally saw it in the draft, I thought Kaka was going to play it because he's really good with this Mirana. There was a time where IG were picking Mirana basically every game for him. He would land probably about 85% of his arrows. It was kind of disgusting to watch him do that, and that was back in like the early seasons of the Dota Pit China that were happening. There were 4 seasons during the off season for the DPC, and he was really the only guy in the region who was making that hero work. Is that you see a blink in and got the Ice Blast. Ame caught again. Ice Blast is going to land onto Ame. The first right hits on it too. That's just Mason giving up Mathion's life. Mason comes through. They get a second. They'll land a stun onto 2 more, but they do end up trading off Emo. They go into the Moonlight Shadow. They're trying to run, but they've got the vision. They're ready to go. The Exorcism running. Mars in trouble. Cold Feet and a Spear will make sure that Nothing to Say is held back and will freeze over. They cannot chase this Mars, but they do find the Hex onto the Ancient Apparition as he's TPing out. So Ali, he's caught and he's killed.
Yeah, very interesting skill ability coming out from the DP. 4 levels of Silence, only 2 levels of Spirit Siphon, helping them to kill Emo off there, who of course has no way of dispelling their Silence yet. And yeah, it's not something I've ever seen before. Only 2 levels of Spirit Siphon.
Ooh,
Phoenix
Spear
top.
now onto the Phoenix. Innocent's gonna try and Icarus dive away.
Easy escape though. Not enough damage coming out from the mask just yet, but he's looking amp that up a little bit. BKB purchase, probably into an Escalator after. Emo, Kaka already with the Blink Dagger. Ame, be careful here.
He's in trouble. He's gonna die here. He's got the Earth Spike. Will land the arrow? No, it's gonna be blocked. And Blossom will have the control on an Ice Blast. Ame dead again.
There's a
Dire's
second
bottom
death
tower is under
consecutively. Just
attack.
TP down there. We won't have a TP available. As soon as he respawns, JT is pushing on top lane. They're setting up for him though. If he shows, he's gonna die.
They
JT
still want Ame to go for the Ags. I'm a little surprised that he had that queued up when he was over bottom. I just don't know if it's... I agree with you. I think he needs to go into the BKB.
I mean, Ame is one of those guys who's always insanely greedy, right? Like, he will go for the most greedy route every game. And of course, it's the Agon Scepter. And we'll see if it ends up working out for him. It looks quite rough right now. He's 1-4. And I don't really see it getting any easier. Quite a while here. The IG pressure is gonna start ramping up.
You can see that the pressure is ramping up because they feel free to just go into the triangle. There's no pressure on them to sneak in there or do anything. They're farming the Dire side.
Radiant's
And,
top
you know,
tower is
LGD
under
really don't
attack.
have any way to push them
Dire's
out of the
bottom
triangle at the
tower is
moment.
under
They're
attack.
down 4K, but they're still hoping that they could get Ame a little bit of farm. They don't really want to fight if they can 5v5 or really 5v4 if Ame is going to continue to farm.
Dire's
Yeah, and
bottom tower
Wolfling
is
going
under
into the
attack.
D-Blade, so he'll be ready to fight as soon as he has it. Honestly, he's already ready to
Radiant's
fight.
middle
Like, he has a
tower is
lot of
under
damage,
attack.
simply because he's a Morphling. Emo, looking very strong himself. And they're just scaling very nicely here on the IG side, up to like 5k now. DP will have to deal a lot of damage. And he has to be so careful he doesn't get A blasted.
The Ancient Apparition was
Dire's
a little
bottom
bit of a
tower is
curveball
under
coming in the
attack.
5th pick. Just in my eyes when I, again, saw Kaka playing the Mirana, but they switched the Mirana to the 2. They go Ancient Apparition last, and we've
Dire's
seen
bottom
how
tower is
effective the
under
A has been.
attack.
He got a pretty quick
Radiant's
6,
top
and
tower is
from
under
there,
attack.
Kofeet's basically going off every time they have him together with the Mars. They've got cold feet into the spear, and they're also, you can see the communication because they're throwing the Ice Blast in anticipation for the
Radiant's
spear.
top tower is under attack.
A lot of trust coming out there.
Dire's middle
And
tower
you weren't
is
the only
under
one that was
attack.
expecting a support Mirana. LGD ended up banning
Radiant's top
quite a lot of
tower
mid
is
heroes
under
in the
attack.
later portion there. Everybody got
Dire's
debated
middle
about it,
tower is under attack.
including LGD.
Find their
Radiant's
way
top
back.
tower is under
See
attack.
if they can, again,
Dire's
relying
bottom
on
tower
Ahmed
is
with this
under
farm.
attack.
He's got the Ogre Axe, and I think that's
going
just
to
in
BKB.
case he rethinks it into the BKB, right?
Yeah, he's
Dire's
most definitely going to the
bottom
BKB,
tower is
otherwise you're
under attack.
purchasing some other parts.
Radiant's top
And
tower
it
is
makes a lot of
under
sense.
attack.
Like, there's no way you're getting away with the Battle Fury axe in this game.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Radiant's top tower is
Flash
under
for
attack.
a little while, but you can see IG just pushing down the tier 2 bottom, and they're going to smoke. They really want to find something. They know that they're ahead, and if they can shut down Ame continuously, they'll be real happy with this. They find themselves on it. They've got the arena, and again, there's the Ice Blast with the spear. They'll use the finger. They'll get the kill. The communication is so on point for IG
Radiant's
right
middle
now,
tower
and
is under
LGD just
attack.
look lost.
Yep. Look lost is the right thing to say. Like, they don't know at all about IG's movements. Ame's getting caught out time after time again, and they can't really fight themselves despite having Blink Dagger on the Sand and not a pickup.
Thank you.
Making it look easy. And that's the power
This
of
is why
Blink.
they were top of the league. Yeah. Doesn't get hexed, doesn't get caught.
One eye.
Brutal strike, landing on a 2. This could
No damage.
be something nice for them, but they just don't get the kill on the Emo just yet. They've got themselves the spear that lands, and Beyond, he's in trouble, but they get the kill on the Emo, and Beyond gets the brutal strike out onto the Mars. JT with the God's Rebuke will finish him off, but they've got the sides coming in for nothing to say. That will be 3 for both sides overall. And that is real well done by Fabian to get that to go down like that, as that will open up some space here for Ame, and that's really what they desperately need.
Exactly. Into a very important core kills. They also managed to kill the Phoenix on the bot lane again with the Morphling as well as Lion off screen. But yeah, that was exactly what LGD needed here. Now they're only down 5k, but this Morphling is getting pretty damn obese. Like, he's already finished his E-Blade.
These supports are not gonna be happy when they know he's got that.
Not only ports, look at the Sand King, look at it, even DP. Like, if he gets stunned into E-Blade combo, he's gone. Monkey King is gone. Nobody of them can tank it right now.
They're looking actually to ping out Roach, go that way. Moonlight Shadow into the pit. See if they commit for this. It looks like they will. Blink onto the high ground. Taka just checking if anybody's there with Moonlight Shadow. He would have been setting up to get ahead as well as an Earth Spike. They have, you know, a lot of mobility here with the leads, the 2 Blink Daggers, the Waveform. They can close the gap pretty quickly on IG. And LGD, they're not going to even try to contest this if they know it's happening. There's nothing that they can do right now, in my eyes, that would have them get away with it with Exorcism down, Epicenter gone, and just don't have enough to
If
fight.
I know Roshan,
And
They
you
just want to
don't.
secure the BKB on Monkey King. After that, are they going to be strong enough to fight? Depends on whether Fabian can find a good initiation or not. Like, if we can find some of those core targets, they can take a team fight, but it's going to be so difficult because the front line of IG is pretty scary now with that Morphling as well as Mars, who is only 100 gold away from his BKB.
5K feels like so much more.
Radiant's
It
bottom
does, but at
tower
the
is
same
under
time,
attack.
LGD, they have a lot of
Dire's top
damage
tower is
on their
under
side.
attack.
So if they really just take the proper fight, and get the jump on the line or the
Radiant's
Mirana,
bottom
even
tower
maybe the
is
AA,
under attack.
it will kill them really easily, and they do
Dire's
have the damage to
top
take on the
tower
Morphling
has
twice.
fallen.
Right. And we really haven't felt full presence of LGD, right? We haven't seen the big team fight with like a Wukong's and a Supernova coming through with a Burrow Strike, making sure they can't hit the egg. Like, we haven't seen it all mesh just yet for LGD. We've just felt IG kind of control the entirety of the map and get these pickoffs and slow down LGD.
Yeah, we haven't even really seen a team fight. It was mostly just pickoffs here from IG. Yeah, LGD's team fight should still be quite a bit better, but they're just not getting the chance to fight.
Ame not even going to go for the Zags at all. He's actually switched over to the Scotty, and we'll see if that's the commitment he'll make. Do you like that over the Ags? Do you think just Ags is not even in the picture anymore?
It's just to tank up and to be able to somewhat counter the Morphling, because Scotty, of course, reduces the heal you get from that Morph ability. So it does make sense. But yeah, like Aghanims on Monkey is still one of the best ones in the game. So at least for going it, it's interesting.
Smoke is going to try and move here. Burrow Strike hits onto Ollie. They're going to get the silence out of two of these heroes. They're looking over the ENG. That version with the Sunray right on top of him, melting the ice of this AA. They'll get the kill on Ollie. They'll look over at Kako, who lands a 2-man Earth Spike. His Exorcism used, and they've got the Moonlight Shadow trying to run. The Balance Strike will be the finish. 2 kills there for LGD, and they come out clean. However, it's just the supports.
It is just the support, but there was still quite a good golden fusion for LGD here. Well behind quite a bit.
Dyer's
They had to expand Exorcism again though. So now it's a good time for IG
Maybe I'll have
to look for a team fight here. They newly picked up BKB on the Mars as well. Isn't in this rune, Sanking has to be a bit careful here. Has got the A on this though.
Arena, Spear, well done to push him back towards the TP, and this back will go off, and now warps into the Sand King. The Burrow Strike comes out. Are they going to look for the Supernova? They will. So let's see, do IG want to continue here, looking maybe for an epicenter, but stops it as the BKB lets JT leave, and IG will just back out.
Right, well, at least the Aeon Disc was popped, I guess. I don't know if he actually started Aeon Disc or not, because he committed Arena right away. Looked like he didn't really check for the items. But that is going to be on a cooldown for quite a while now, and they still have Epicenter available. Yeah, I haven't really seen the E-Plate combo yet either.
No, not yet.
Like
Not
Radiant
yet at all.
closed
They
the
still
blast
have,
doors.
you know, a minute and a half with this Aegis to work with. Especially once he picked up that E-Blade, I thought he would just be going into overdrive in terms of aggression. But something here is really pulling on the reins, and he's not playing the way we've seen him play this Morphling for Fly in the past, when he's just been all-out aggression once he got E-Blade.
And you know all about Magic? They were ahead 5k just like a minute ago. How is it only 3 or 2k now? What happened, B-Cup? What's the magic?
Losing a couple supports, not putting the pressure on LGD. They felt fine to farm. Getting around the map a little bit. Whereas IG, I think they've been looking to kind of find a
Dyer's
pickoff for the last
structures
few
are
minutes.
fortified.
Oh, amazing analysis work. Maybe this next game.
Oh, you flattered me.
Caught out again.
Comes out, they've got the Ice Blast coming through. That's going to land onto GQ. They'll get the kill to the Shadow Shaman.
That was really close. If that hits on the Monkey,
Radiant's
he had not
bottom
used his
tower
stick
is
at the
under
time. He was
attack.
only sitting at like
Radiant's
600
bottom
health.
tower has
He is in
fallen.
actual danger of dying. Barely gets out of the AoE. He's out of life. King, very close to his Scotty now. One step left. It's gonna be pretty damn hard. Oh. Well done.
Got the Hex, Kaka in the right position. Sunray trying to keep him alive. And this is gonna pop once again. Full Strike Finger, Ice Blast coming in. Fly gets the kill on the Fate Beyond. They'll take it the same thing once again. And now Innocent's on the run, but the waveform, like I said, they can really cut down the gaps between them and these heroes. But got the Supernova going off, and I don't know if they're going to be able to pop this. They'll throw the spears out. Hands up, nothing to say. They'll get the cover of the jet farm, but the Supernova's going to go off, and JT's going to be stunned up, locked down, and killed off. JT falls, Ollie to follow suit. Jinx gets the kill. There's Supernova down, but the River Strike comes up from Fly onto the Shadow Shaman. They've got themselves the Earth Spike to finish off Jinkyu. They'll get yet another kill. The arrow will just miss Faith Beyond. Back and forth we go as IG still a 4K lead. They're a little bit close. Be very careful about their positioning. However, I say that their spike in. Burrow Strike comes out from Faith with BKB popped by Ame. He'll go to the Wookong's command, but this is on nobody. He tries to put the circle out so they can maybe catch Morphling jumping in. They do get the kill on Akaka, but Morphling never commits.
That was a huge mistake, but nothing to say. He TP'd in, used Exorcism, but he didn't BKB. He just got Borrow struck by the Morphling who turned into the Sand King, and then got permanently disabled by the Lion, just resulting in his death. Exorcism was on for like 2 or 3 seconds. If he BKBs in time, I'm 100% sure this fight is going to go very differently for LGD here. But good recognition there from Fly, just immediately stun him, allowing Kaka to follow up on it.
That's the first Wukong's that
Arrow.
I think we've seen, and it just hasn't done much of anything. It really was zoning at that point, but I don't know if they're too upset about that. They did get a kill and kind of kept that fight even.
Yeah, I mean, the gold lead is not increasing or decreasing, so very even fight indeed. Oh, Yules. Oh, so scary for the Shadow Shaman. If he just gets touched by the morphing, he's gonna die.
Shadows take us.
Yeah. White Shadow used once again.
It's
See if they can get in here and get a pick off. LGD sitting out of sight, out of mind.
DD bottled here on the Mirana could be a big problem for LGD in the next fight because they never really focus him. He always sits in the back line, just right-clicking it away with that Dragon Lance, of course, hitting from a very safe distance.
They're up inside the jungle, but they need to cross over mid if they want to fight, and it doesn't look like that's going to be what I do.
Monkey King itemizing into the Aghanims now again. Once that Skadi was finished, as it's just too good of an Aghanims to pass up upon. Now that there's a morphling in the game, also B-Cup. What did the ocean say to the beach?
What up? I don't know. How are you? That's all I
Nothing.
got.
It just waved.
Radiant's
Just
middle
like
tower is
morphling, you
under
get it?
attack.
Morphling wave.
I try to hold back the laughter, but it always gets through. The dad jokes work on me. You got it.
I got it. Thank you.
Double damage.
We started to 2-tower top and taken out. Morphling closing in on his
Dire's top tower
Skadi.
is under attack.
Just whacking the top tower. No one is there from LGD. They have a high ground. Have to be careful. Lost half health on the top tower and forced everybody back. Good move from IG.
See how long that ward stays up on their high ground. I don't know if they even realize that that was placed. They are going to smoke up. Roche is up in 1:15.
Money changes.
OGD can find a good fight here. It might set them up to get the next Aegis. They're going to go Blink, Throw, Strike, Exorcism, all used. They've got the Shackles onto the Marauder. They'll catch Emo. Ame getting himself a killing spree. That's a big one to get. 65 seconds without the Marauder. Right as Emo respawns, Roche will be available.
Yeah. Good and fortunate timing here for IG that Roche doesn't respawn any faster.
And just blocked once again. They're going to get the Supernova off. Had a Burrow Strike, Balance Strike missing as he waveforms away. But now Spear, that's complete whip with the BKB Popeye, nothing to say. Going after Kaka, the damage with the Exorcism running down this line. They pop the Link, they've got the Hex on the JT. They followed him up, and they should be able to get the kill to the Mars. They will take out JT. Oh, just missing Ollie as he TPs out. Three kills there for LGD.
Absolutely ownage. Xingqiu here, jumping in on the Mirana, can't use his BKB because he gets instant Hex. Doing the same thing again to JT. And BKBs are useless if you get instantly Hex. This is exactly where Lion and Shadow Shaman are such good heroes right now. And teams are prioritizing them heavily. Roshan up in 5. JT is dead for 40.
The damage just onto Kaka with the Sunray, the Exorcism all going off. The Hex, he said, as you see, got Xingqiu playing a little bit of the Cliff Teasy cosplay as he's up on the cliff and really, yeah, he took the high ground and he's got the shackle from a distance. He was happy with that.
We all know what the high ground does to you.
Illusion.
We're all avid Star Wars watchers, of course.
Except I was not the chosen one.
For me, you are because
Go after the Shanks once again. Ice Blast coming through. Yules up into the air. The Ice Blast is going to land. They get a kill with BKBs being popped by Flyby as well as nothing to say. Who's Neon just will pop. They'll try to TP out. Oh, going down right before the TP goes off. Emo gets the kill and nothing to say. And now both these heroes don't have buyback, and look at what's up. It's Roche.
Yep, and it's gonna be a free one. Morphling has so much damage. They don't have Desolate Air, but they won't need it. Emo also looking very hard, going for that mana break. Talon on level 20.
Dire's
Also
middle
that DD
tower
room
is
bubble.
under attack.
And yeah, thanking no buyback, DP no buyback. Give it up. Aegis cheese.
Roshan has
Bye, G.
fallen to the Radiant.
Tough from now on out. Also going to the Skadi on the Mirana. At least Monkey King caught up very well, very nicely here to the Morphling, almost on par with him in farm.
Right.
Aghanims now picked up, going to the Abyssal Lane.
That's set up to be a timing where LGD, they're the ones who were looking over at Roche with presence, and it ends up being IG who take a good fight, and they finish off
Dire's middle
both Nothing to
tower
Say
is
as well as
under
Speaking
attack.
On, and that leads to them getting
Looks like
Aegis
Radiant
and now going
closed
onto the
the
high ground once again.
doors.
And this
I
is
think they're gonna get
LGD.
one Rex at least. Like, they have Dolphin Mirana, they hit so damn fast. They should be able to get one side here quite easily.
Yeah. 8 seconds though. We'll see if they stay. Might get the tier 3 and back or one down.
Oh, there's
We'll
smoke
see how long
behind.
they're willing to come up.
Dire's middle barracks.
Right on
Rex.
him.
Just leave.
Radiant's bottom
Stun.
tower is
As well as
under
your
attack.
spike onto the Sand King, and then it will take the melee racks and back off.
Oh, Kaka. He's good. Ollie.
Radiant's
He's good.
bottom tower.
They're just short of getting these heroes, but they got the balance strike, and that's going to be through onto Firefly, who will pop the BKB. They have nowhere to stop it, and he'll just TP out.
Oh, there was Exorcism popped. I didn't see that. Only 5 seconds remaining on that. After that, IG is going to be looking for another team fight. Army could potentially be getting caught out here. It's away just in the nick of time.
And that is
was so scary.
Exorcism not really looking that good for Nothing to Say.
Yeah, he kind of just forced it out. Like, there was no need to. IG was already retreating. Didn't look like they wanted to fight, but yeah. Sometimes you just get a little overexcited, you know? You don't want to give up that Rex. This might cost them. 90 seconds without Exor. Big timing window for IG. Good scan. Look at Morphling, 5,000 health, 6,000 health. Let's go. Morphling back down.
4,000, 3,500, 3,000.
I love seeing those numbers go up and down.
Oh, they found the Morphling. They've got themselves the Burrow Strike. He's done it. He's got a lot of health to work with, and he's more. And he is gone for the first time. Only working with 2,200 health on that point, but they found themselves the arena as well. So figure the Earthquake is going to land on two of these heroes. They got the Earthquake locked up with the Antis, the Atomic Sand King. They've got the Supernova popped. They'll get the kill on Ami. They take it on the Monkey King as well as the Phoenix. They'll look over at Beyond. They've got themselves a third. 3 heroes down to the side of LGD. Just like that, they turn it around. They had the luxury of the Aegis, and they will use that luxury to get 3 kills and come out on top.
Yeah, IG scouted them very well with the scan. Morphling, I'm sure he didn't want to die. He ends up dying, doesn't matter, he has an Aegis, and all of IG are ready to punch back. Monkey didn't even get a chance to use his BKB. Permanently stunned. Now he's dead for 60. Might have to buyback here, otherwise they're gonna get a second side of Rex. No buyback on Sand King though. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight.
Looked like they were just getting themselves the Aegis and backing off, but the arena and the stun from Kaka just immediately in onto both this Phoenix as well as the Sand King. Really well done. I mean, they killed Ame instantly.
Wanna initiate your fly, here's his position. Got him. He bumped up for it.
On the board once again. Forward stab back. Long Exorcism. This might be the Exorcism that finally goes their way. They've got the Wukong's command down with the BKB pop by Ame, but he's able to wait for him away, TP out, and he is gone. Everything used by LGD again, including some buybacks, and they get nothing.
Yeah, 6.2k health, by the way. Keep morphing it up. It just never ends, man. You think he's already at max? Nope, that's only half of what he's got. Yeah, as you said, they used everything.
Invisibility.
You have nothing for it. Even a Monkey King buyback as well.
They've got a Hex now and Nothing to Say. That's another layer to control here for LGD, but it just has not been enough.
We'll see if this Hex is enough. Like, he's in danger of always getting blown up. In position here with the Invis room.
There's the arena, and Ame has been caught in the earth spike, but they've got the shackle coming through from JQ. Icarus dive trying to get back into the fight, but they've got the stun on Ame. They need to be careful. Just fought back. The damage coming in with Starstorm. He's going to be able to survive this. They've got the Emissary going from Beyond. They're going to look over at Emo. He's got the BKB running for a couple more seconds. On Nothing to Say, but they've got the stun now on the Mirana. Wait for it. They're going to kill the JQ. They look over at the Supernova's going to pop right onto the Mirana as well as this Morphling. They get the kill on the Emo, and now Beyond trying to close the gap. Fly, Ali both here. Lincoln's pop, but he's going to Morton into the Sand King. Finger onto the Sand King spear. It lands. They get the kill to Beyond. The Andis is going to be popped on the Lion. They look over as they land the checker. They got the silence. He's out of mana, out of time on the running dead. Ame gets the kill on Akaka, and they will take out 2. It is back and forth once again. Ice Blast is in last place with that E-Blade. It will hit onto the Phoenix. We'll see if he shatters. Percentages, it's aiming towards him surviving.
The last tick.
It's
okay,
fine.
it's fine. It's always so scary when it ticks down, but it's fine. It could have gone a lot worse for IG, admittedly. Like, JT, I feel like they kind of overlapped their stunts in LGD. He should have been dead. Offering also used his BKB very prematurely. He was in trouble as well. But they do get out on all cores except the Mirana. Still a slight victory for LGD though.
LGD, that went from almost game over because they went on to Ame, almost caught him out. You gotta remember, he bought back, he would be dead forever, and the game would just be over.
It would have been, yeah.
7K
If Monkey dies now without buyback, he's actually going into the Aeon disc simply because of all the stuns coming out. It's not an item we ever see on Monkey, really. He's feeling real bad about his positioning here in teamfights. Too much range disables coming out from the ID side. And that's what Lion does to you, man. A lot of mental damage. You know, you get hexed before you BKB. You're gonna be like, ah, next time I'll BKB. You don't do it again, and then you just go Aeon disc.
And that's the thing, because we were talking about the gap closing that they have from IG, and you can see it with the blinks, the waveforms, and everything. And Ame even screens away, doesn't feel safe. Telescope, that'll be good for the Shadow Shaman. You want to put it on the Shadow Shaman.
Elu Cape on the Morphling. One of the better items as well. Oh, they're falling for it. They didn't get unsmoked. They're kind of crumbling under the pressure. Oh, the good arrow!
Hits out of the Phoenix! Oh, they're gonna follow this up! They've got the Earthquake Blood Spear that's gonna land on the Phoenix. Can he get himself a Supernova off? No, he can't. He does have 5x. They've got themselves an outpost right there, but they're gonna end up getting themselves a second. Shadow Shaman's gone for 85 seconds without buyback, and they're gonna use that Wukong's command, but it gets them nothing. They've got the Burrow Strike on the Ollie. They'll look over the Ancient Apparition. They'll at least find one. But again, everything, the kitchen sink, the next door neighbor's entire house, it's all thrown from LGD, and all they get from it is just an Ancient Apparition. They were forced to buy back on the Phoenix, and now they're gonna over the line. They've got themselves a silence as well as a hex. They caught themselves Kaka, they hit the Burrow Strike, they'll get the kill, and that's something to work with. Morphling trying to get out of here as he'll TP with the waveform Fly. He's gone. And Roche, it's soon, but I don't know if it's soon enough.
Unless it's an instant spawn, they'll have plenty of time here on IG to get their heroes respawned.
I'll take this.
So close again on the Mirana, man. He had like 100 health. Gets out of the skin of his teeth again. It just feels like it's always so close. Just not quite there for LGD. Like they never can eke out this last little bit of damage before they get their BKBs and mobility items off.
Level 25 there for the Death Prophet. The levels on some of these heroes are lacking though for LGD. They do have level 18, level 3 on the Supernova for the Phoenix, but he was never able to get it off to begin with. He was caught by the arrow. No chance he survives that.
Yeah, now the big one is really the level 25 Monkey King, but last team fight, his Wukong's was rendered quite ineffective. Oh, the Phoenix here.
Again caught, and they've got the arrows. It's going to go immediately to the Supernova, but they've got the right clicks. There's no way this goes off. Dead for 90. He's used Supernova.
No buyback. Very costly mistake here. Trying to take the outpost all by himself without buyback. And he was also the guy that used all his spells on an illusion escape illusion. Why? Definitely feeling the pressure here that IG is putting on them. Run out once more.
Oh, they come to speed beyond. This could be another casualty. They get the kill on a Fade Beyond. He's going to buy back with the Aeon to speed front on. Nothing to say. BKBs have gone off. They get the kill there on a Jinq. 3 heroes got on the side of LGD, but they've got a Sankey coming back in. Orpling, he's just out of here and onto the high ground, looking for the Burrow Strike to hit on the Fade Beyond. He won't land it. And again, nothing there for LGD. Exorcism and Wukong's on cooldown. They have no answers for IG. They will have Roche available in 45 seconds so they can get themselves another set of racks and they can back off if they want it or go straight for Roche. The options are all available for them just when Roche spawns in 30 seconds.
Sorry, B-Cup, but I'm not feeling this Monkey King Aeon disc. They were in the Wukong's command for like about 5-6 seconds, but they just took no damage. He has no damage items at all. Like this, you know, this sounds nice on paper maybe, but it really doesn't do a whole lot.
It feels like they just don't care about the end. And when you see it on Nothing to Say too, his pops and they stick with him anyway.
And I'm just gonna say, as a nullifier out on the Mirana, so that Aeon disc purchase on any of these heroes is gonna be rendered quite ineffective. 3 Aeon discs, but nullifier is gonna own all of them.
smoke again. LGD hoping to get to the pit in time. They might get there. The timings might work out. It's close. It's real close. That's an illusion. And
Arma's not even there.
He's not there, and the Aegis is going to go in hands of Lifeline once again. They look over at Ollie to try and get a clip of the ancient effort. He's going to be dead for 65 seconds. We'll see if he buys back, and that's exactly what he's going to do. They get the cone of Faith beyond the second sand kick for 105. Supernova again used, and that was to stop them maybe going up on the high ground and chasing this LGD team, but that's not a good feeling as these ults are on cooldown, and they're not a full team for 90 seconds.
It seemed like a huge miscommunication. They're all going to the pit. Monkey King going back to base to finish his MKB. And without the Monkey King, there's just no way in hell they can ever take a fight. No buyback here on the Sand King. This fight is going to be 4v5.
He sold the Aeon disc and he went right into the...
Oh, big spear!
Oh, the spear! Yeah, this might have been the right choice because you are gone, my friend.
That's going to be Monkey King gone for 2 minutes. All they do is pop the Aegis. This is not looking good for LGD and looking so swell for IG. They will take out Jingyu, take out nothing to say. 4 heroes gone. We expect the letters, and there is White and a GG call. IG take game 1 over LGD.
Dyer's
That makes it relatively easy. Like LGD had some signs of life here and there, but it always felt like IG's in control. Starting from that early game, JT completely dictating the pace of the game, as we used to be seeing from them, and IG is just looking terrifying with this Lion draft.
Terrifying for sure.
Every time Kaka gets his hand on this, it's just so scary. Monkey.
JT played perfect that game, and IG now have a 1-0 lead over LGD. To break it down for you more, we've got the panel. Back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, B-Cop and Black. We went against, Tsunami and I went against Lizard and ended up being wrong in our predictions. So
Fools.
Ame do be feeding sometimes, what can I say?
Yep.
Ame did Ame things. This is what we expected, but unfortunately, the rest of the team couldn't pick up that slack.
Yeah, they were trying their damnedest, and it was entertaining to watch. I don't think I've seen that many Aeon discs in a game ever. I don't think.
It was a very good start of the game for IG. The two cores were constantly on top. Then PSG.LGD, they did manage to bounce back. Oh, pretty much that Xingqiu Shaman, it's a fearsome lad on a couple of those heroes. Overall, a very interesting game. Dota, man, this whole patch, this whole tournament has been so fun to watch. Every team bringing something different. Here, Mirana mid.
Mirana mid, yeah, what did you think about it?
It did great. It did very well. The shard build for those crits when you leap in, and then you have the Manta, the Dragonlance, the BKB, all she really needed. Because one other thing that you brought with that Mirana is the versatility for your carry pick and the ambiguity, right? They couldn't figure out where the Mirana was. They thought it was a position 4. Because of that, you get Lion and you get the Morphling afterwards. Just not necessarily a full outdraft, but really well-made plan.
Yeah, IG came into today with I think they got like probably all the heroes that they were wanting. For AA, I was still kind of skeptical on, but they had so much chain stun that you were landing the Ice Blast every single time. It would be Mars leading up and then leading into a Mirana arrow, and then AA would be Ice Blasting in. And
yeah, JT just so clean with his performance, everything that he did in this game. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't ban every single one of JT's heroes. He gets to play something that he's godlike on, and he performs to his standard.
Do you think they're going to go back to banning all of JT's heroes out in the next game?
This game has like cracked things wide open because Emo, like this isn't necessarily like a comfort pick for him. He played it during the DPC, but like you don't expect a mid laner to take Mirana. Yep. It's just not the kind of showstopper that we'll see from Emo, but he did it. Fly, I think, can be given back Morphling privileges, right, Lizard?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is what I was looking looking for. I was looking for him on the Morphling once again. I felt bad for him at the end of DPC League after they took
Dude, I
that.
bet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, maybe that's not the real reason. Maybe they just wanted Morphling on mid lane and something different on safe. Sure, why not? But as a carry player, you don't feel very comfortable if you have a couple of bad performances and then the hero is taken away from you. However, 12-1, just
12-1 and 24 assists from
Exactly.
the Ancient Apparition. That's a high score line.
0-7-24. Yeah, that's a support
That's
life.
a support life. And how many Aeon discs did we end up with? It was the... I thought Monkey King got one.
He sold it.
Oh, he sold it. Okay,
He sold
yeah.
it.
So 3 Aeon discs. That is not a situation on your cores. Not even your supports. It
Yeah,
wasn't the
because-
Shaman and the Phoenix. It was your cores getting the discs.
Do you think Aeon Disc was a good choice for Monkey King to pick up? He
Nah,
did eventually
that
end
was
up
like a
selling
last-ditch effort kind of thing. The Sand King and the Death Prophet ones make sense, but like, what have you drafted yourself into if you need to get Aeon Disc that early on your 2 and 3 position?
You're playing versus many heroes that can blow you up instantly. You're playing versus E-Blade versus Lion, and E-Blade plus Lion is a scary thing. So they just went with trying to
all the chain stun.
Yeah,
They
all
wanted
the
to be able to
chain
get
stuns.
one of them off. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we had 5 fantastic players on IG, but unfortunately, we can only pick one, and it's up to you guys.
Sumi, you've been lying to us actually.
I've been lying to
Yeah.
you. What have I done?
I'm heartbroken, actually disappointed a little bit. We can actually give MVP to more than one player.
But
It's true.
how do
I
you
did
have,
see that
how do you
yesterday.
have most valuable player if there's 2 most?
MVPs.
MVP.
Most valuable,
Most valuable players.
Yeah, but who would you guys give it to? Emo just because of the Mirana
Yeah.
mid, or JT, Mars, or Fly, Morphling? They've all
The
had.
whole team, man.
Yeah, let's give it to Fly.
Okay,
He's-
fine.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
give our MVP to Fly.
Get his confidence back.
Kills 12. You know, one time I believe he died only one time this game. Not the greatest skill participation, but did what he had to do in a game such as this one. And the
Yeah.
matchup versus Monkey King, once Monkey King gets Skadi, isn't truly the easiest one. However, he performed to the standard that we expect from him after this Morphling being stolen away from his hands.
You heard this, IG. I don't know if you're watching this analysis post game, but if you review the VODs when your team is having their meeting post event, just remember that Lizard has been campaigning for Fly to have that Morphling back. We will have more Dota 2, but first a special message from our friend Tsunami.
I have a story for you guys. It's a bit of a poem, if you'll indulge me. There once was a gamer in Singapore who had some friends, but wanted more. Their strategies were strong, but something was wrong. They needed a support for their core. When they queued up online, matchmaking would hinder. Well, my friend, have you heard of Tinder? The platform is great. The sweepstakes all the supporting cast and the.
Dire team ban.
In position 2 in the mid lane instead of being a support. Does that mean that they could pick up that Winter Wyvern?
Yeah,
Yep.
they definitely could.
At what point would they want to do that though?
Whenever. I don't think that I don't think it'll be banned out. I think.
That would
Yes! Do you miss the intense passion? Best teams in the world. Powerful emotions. Epic fights. Stunning rivalries. It's time for the biggest comeback. Singapore. This March. Land Major Dota is coming back.
Sometimes out to Magnus, because usually it's considered one of those heroes that deals with Magnus, but
Yeah.
you have to ban it because of Puck. You can't lane there, you get demolished.
with the Void Spirit being banned for IG, that further secures Puck in the mid.
Yeah, it's not like that was a bad
10
matchup
seconds
though.
remaining.
Man, Emo. If he has
5
Wind Ranger in
seconds
his-
remaining.
that could be great.
I'm pretty sure he does. Like, whatever hero you want to be played on mid, he can play it.
Like I think that they may be pulling the same curveball that they did in game 1, where they picked this Puck, and last game they picked Mirana, and it's like, oh, you probably think
Radiant
you
team
know where this is
ban.
going. You probably think you know where the Mirana is going to be a support, and then boom, it with a core, and then here, Puck, first pick.
It could be even 4. Like, it could be 4 Puck, 5 Tusk. The
Yeah.
Radiant
possibilities
team
are
pick.
endless. It could be offlane as well. But you can see the bans from PSG.LGD completely securing the Troll. Timber is one of the
Dire
offlaners
team
that can win
pick.
against Troll. Razor one of the cores that just makes him useless, and AA also one of the supports that makes have a hard game. So I believe they secured the Troll really, really well. Invictus Gaming, like I said earlier, they can sometimes find solutions that are out of the meta. Maybe we see
10
some
seconds remaining.
different style of a carry coming out for them. Maybe even
5
that
seconds
Weaver
remaining.
or Fly.
Weaver, Morphling, I think, good again.
Pretty solid. Shadow Shaman obviously is a problem for anything that counts on mobility and
Wasn't a
elusiveness.
problem last game.
Yep, that's true.
Invictus Gaming really eating into their reserve time for this.
Yep,
Is
they
it-
have to decide whether to pick a hero for JT and show their hand completely, or continue with position 5. Some Abaddon perhaps that we have seen
Oh yeah.
work really, really well versus Shadow Shamans and Lions and all these heroes.
Radiant
Suddenly you
team
don't have to buy A on this kid. Okay, a different approach.
Gyrocopter. I know that we've had a lot of opinions about Gyrocopter throughout the week. Mainly that it wasn't as good as a carry, but played a lot as position 5. But the one Gyrocopter that carried
10
pretty
seconds
hard.
remaining.
Correct. Neon's carry gyrocopter didn't have any
5
real
seconds
support
remaining.
pairing. Just a straight up gyrocopter, and it came online extremely quickly.
Yeah, and I even like it that way more if you don't pair him with the Wisp.
Yes.
That combination,
Please.
the problem is that combination has been bad for a really long time. All the way back to when they nerfed IO and he
Giving
did
the scepter talent. and
Yeah,
the talent.
taking the
Dire
scepter
team
talent
pick.
away. The lane was never too strong, and PSG.LGD, the Alchemist.
Nice.
Why is it this nice for you?
Because I think that the offlane alchemist has not been figured out for China yet. I think these alchemists who run into the jungle at like 7 minutes, if it's an offlane, which I'm
10
pretty sure it should
seconds
be off.
remaining.
Although,
Because they
because
have
they have
Mars.
Troll.
yeah, they have Mars, but I think they'll do like a Nisha
5
type thing.
seconds
where they-
remaining.
But yeah, it won't be carry because they have Troll. So it definitely is not
Yeah.
a one position.
What are the odds that they'll put the position 5 Troll that I've heard so much about?
Nah, they're very unlikely. That's not.
That's a Hanwell.
Yeah.
That's a Hanwell strat.
Yeah, that's not happening. What's happening here is they figured that this Mars versus Puck matchup is really good for Mars. They're gonna send him mid. He
Yeah.
should have a good time. Alchemist should. I mean, we don't
Dire
know how
team
Alchemist will
ban.
do on the offlane because we don't know what he's laning into.
Doesn't matter. He only needs to be there
Yeah.
for like 6 minutes, and then he's like, all right.
But
Whoa.
And this is a big but. Once he buys that eggs, who do you give it to?
Troll.
Troll?
Although there's not really anything worth dispelling.
Yeah. I'm not really sold on
10
the
seconds
whole
remaining.
troll eggs idea. It's not jug eggs, it's not
5 seconds
gyro
remaining.
eggs,
It's
it's
not
not
Monkey King eggs.
It's not Monkey King eggs,
It's not
exactly.
Void Spirit eggs.
It's nothing really. I mean, it's a good eggs in some games. Like
Radiant
yesterday, we had a
team
very
ban.
solid troll eggs game.
Did it get nerfed at all, or did people just stop building it?
They
It's
just stopped building it.
so now people look at it as like, okay, I'm building the scepter because I want the dispel, but it also lowers the cooldown substantially, and you can farm pretty fast.
10 seconds remaining.
My problem is, I honestly don't like PSG.LGD's draft at all now with the Alchemist pick. I feel like they lack a hero that's going to do stuff on the map with this Mars. You have Shadow Shaman and Mars. You have Catch. Not necessarily enough damage to ever take down. No, you can take the Jug
10
down if you
seconds
manage
remaining.
to hex him and shackle and whatnot, but just looks rough.
5 seconds
You
remaining.
want,
feel-
that, you want that? Oh wait, they need a 5, don't
Yeah,
they?
I feel like IG's draft is way more easier to execute at the moment.
IG banning out position 5 with that Oracle ban. That means that no
Radiant
IO,
team
no
ban.
Oracle.
We have also seen Troll mid, by the way. Maybe this is an idea that I'm throwing out there. Troll mid, Alchemist safe lane, Mars off lane. That's also it also doesn't look great, but
That's true.
it's a possibility. Let's just leave it
10
there
seconds
like
remaining.
that.
No, I think that's pretty reasonable because the only thing is
5
so
seconds
you'll
remaining.
probably have much better carry potential with the Alchemist. But then it's Mars laning up against a Juggernaut and Gyrocopter at
Yeah,
this
it's a
point?
support gyro.
Yeah,
I
so
would say
a
so.
Gyro Juggernaut lane will eat a Mars alive.
Mhm.
So what PSG.LGD is looking for is really that hero that can take that axe, but the only position left is
5.
position 5. So who would that be? Would it be Lion?
Look,
Aghanims?
I like to experiment with some Elder Titan 5 that rushes Aghanims, and actually, I pretend that I'm a 5. I don't buy a single sentry.
Dire
So
team pick.
here, maybe that's an option for them, but I might be proven wrong, but it's looking rough for PSG.LGD to close
Yeah,
out
I'm
this
with you.
draft with an offlane Alchemist.
I like the concept more. I look at what you said, the shortcomings. They don't have anyone who can do anything early. I'm
10 seconds
totally with you
remaining.
with that. And there's no way that they can really no matter what, the 3 middle heroes,
5 seconds remaining.
probably the 3 cores.
Yep.
No matter how you set them up, none of them want to do anything early. And if they do want to do anything early, like the Mars, they need someone to play with. Shaman's not going to get enough farm to play with them.
You know how we usually talk about the color schematics?
Yeah.
I like the size, height schematic
dude.
on PSG.LGD.
Like that bell curve.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
We need a
We need a
small hero.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, we need a tiny hero to match up with Shaman.
Yeah, Invictus Gaming closing it out with Nature's Prophet, something that's going to be very active. Not necessarily the best Nature's
Yeah, they
Prophet
can
game.
deal with it easily.
Yeah.
They got Acid Spray, they got God's Rebuke, they got Whirling Axes.
Yeah, but that
10 seconds remaining.
Why would they pick Nature's Prophet into this?
offlane itself with this Nature's
5
Prophet with the
seconds
task
remaining.
should be fine even versus the Whirling Axes because the amount of damage that you deal,
Oh,
and you will be able to move across the map very easily and pressure the Alchemist while he's farming.
I kind of feel like it's a mid-Nature's Prophet. Because if Puck is in the offlane, then you'll lane up against Troll.
I'm
and
not
then
sure.
You have a
Yep. Mars was picked into the puck, right? And they will put Mars mid for the puck. I'm not sure that Nature's Prophet fares way better against him. We'll see. I've seen definitely Nature's Prophet on safe lane own a Mars, but that's a 2-on-2 scenario in which he has the long lane as well, and it's easier to play with the treants. I mean, you just chase him out of the lane. Mid lane, it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, you can get to your tower much
What
quicker.
options does LGD have left? Wisp banned, Oracle banned, Abaddon banned, Lion available, Phoenix banned, and those are Oli's. Sorry, wrong team.
Yeah, no, in
Elder
a sense,
Titan
yeah,
is in the pool.
Look,
Phoenix banned.
Sumi, they're very similar fives. You weren't wrong by saying Oli because they both play these Phoenixes, Oracles, Abaddons, Ancient Apparitions, Elder
Choose your
Titan.
hero.
Called it.
Oh, it was.
Because we're getting
It was
that,
obvious,
getting
right?
that BK,
Nah, it's-
BKB Aghanim Scepter.
Look, I was memeing when I said it. I hope they're not serious.
Nah, I mean, it's still perfect.
Prepare for battle!
It's looking spicy.
My prayers are
T
answered.
Nature's Prophet that only has a 45%
It's
win rate
looking
all time
spicy.
for him in pro games, and then you've got there's 3 games played on Alchemist for Faith Beyond, 100% win rate. Must mean something, right, Black?
I'm not the biggest fan of statistics. In fact, I quite like to defy statistics and just break it.
Okay.
If you just break the 100% win rate now, you're gonna go to the grand final feeling really damn good.
30 seconds to
personally,
battle.
not the biggest fan of the Nature Prophet last pick. We have seen it in some other series as well, where they just last pick the Prophet, and it just doesn't seem to be super effective. If you're already countered like he is, like they have so many good heroes against him, it will be a tough Nature's Prophet game for JT. And it's not a hero that really fits him either, I think. Like he always plays these Marses, Timber Saws, tanky frontliners. Prophet's not one of them.
They're going to try and go in onto the Alchemist already here. They've got the homing missile coming through. Kaka moving forward with the help of Fly. And they are right on top of the Alchemist. Blade Fury doing a lot of damage. Can he back away? They've got the tag team flowing along. They'll get the first blood. Ollie gets credit for that, but they lose? Why? That's not the trade you want to be making, and Kaka will deny himself to Roche. Oh dear, that is not how you want to start it. Yes, you get a kill onto the Alchemist, but you lose that Jug and feel nearly as good.
I mean, that was 4 heroes affected by the Titan Spirit, getting a total of like plus 80 damage, and just absolutely whacked them in the back of the heads.
So we'll see how Fly does with the Jug. It's one of his comfort heroes, definitely one of the best. I think it's probably his highest percentage. It was like 68.5%. Emo was just about the same with his Puck, so I mean, for them, these are comfort heroes. We've seen them on these heroes a lot before. I'm excited to see them here now, and you've got some interesting matchups for him with Mars over mid. Normally a hero you see off lane does make its move over to mid here and there. So actually over top again, Alchemist, Blade Fury right on top of him. Faith Beyond moving back, right clicks in from Ollie. Won't be enough. Faith Beyond survives for now.
Yeah, you have to be really careful here when you fight into that acid spray. Shadow Shaman hitting for 77 damage. Under that acid spray, of course, it gets amplified even more. Pretty strong combination.
Second highest base damage really popping mid. We'll see if they can get something going in this top lane for LGD.
I quite love this mid matchup here from LGD. Only sitting at 2 CS on Emo, already 11 on Nothing to Say. It's so hard to last it as Puck against Mars. Every time a creep is low, you toggle the bulwark, the attack has a 70% chance to hit you instead of the creep. Don't get the last hit you need.
I couldn't help myself.
So right now just sitting 4-0, really struggling to find CS, and there's another deny for Nothing to Say. I brought it up in the first game, but these are a lot of the top 10 players in China.
Nope.
It's always interesting to see them in matchups that maybe they're not supposed to do well in, and how they overcome that. If they...
I mean, it's still RNG based, you know? 7 out of 10 hits will hit the Mars. If you're lucky, you get more last hits. If you get less last hits, it's all up to chance.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Fly doing an alright job here, 11-2, but top 3 on the CS, all on the side of LGD.
Shaco.
And they've got the Shaco out onto this Gyro, who will survive, throw a Rocket Barrage back at Faith Beyond. Fly still standing in this acid spray, and you talked about it. It's just, you can feel those right clicks just chunking this Jug when he's standing in the...
He's sitting at 6 base armor, but it's -4 from the acid spray, so that puts it down to 2. Gyrocopter getting put down to 3. Huge amplification, and you have to respect that for sure. You gotta be absolutely careful when you approach these fights there.
Hit up pretty hard. Worry about that Elder Titan early on. All of a sudden, you don't expect it.
The briefcase on Kaka.
200.
One more hit.
Damage. He needs one more shot, but doesn't want to go under the tower.
so much damage.
Briefcases and document turn, man. They're going to charge up the stun. They've got the shackle in the acid spray, and they should have this kill on the fly, and they will. JQ gets credit for that one, and you know, they take the early point and stun. They've gone 1-1-1 on the Alchemist, and it's the control that they need to take out this Jug, especially when Gyro's over towards mid.
At least he gets the rune on Emo top. 50-50 that. Still not a big
that invis.
fan of the mechanic. Like, there should always be another, at least dummy rune, refill the other bottle. That's how it is right now. Just gotta deal with it.
Oh. So like a blank rune.
Yeah, like something that just does nothing other than refill your bottle, something like that. But nothing to say. Still sitting very confident in mid lane here.
A lot on here for LGD. Trying to think what the deal will be with this Alchemist, but as I think about that over bottom, they're going on to JT. They should have the damage to get this kill. If the body blocks are enough, though, he won't have the range, and that's exactly what the Tusk does in blocking Ame.
Well played there. He also had a fair fire still on the Prophet, so it wasn't really
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it's a 2-2. No, it's not. Rebound is actually in favor of LGD. With that Alchemist, well done. All three cores of LGD now sitting at the top 3 of the net worth. Early game going a lot better than last.
Oh, for sure. You've got Ame, who's having a lot better of a lane right now. He was 1-4 pretty early on in that first game on that Monkey game. So now the question is, can he do much better than he did the first one? And there's a low bar for him to raise at the moment, and they'll get the kill on the JT. Innocence gets ready for that. They move the Duke over him, but they've got the shackle on the spear. That comes down. What the fuck? Nothing to say coming over, and we'll get the kill on the Emo. And now they're looking for more. GQ surviving. Can he get out of this one? He goes onto the high ground, and they're going to run away. They can't go after the Shadow Shaman.
Spear in one.
Oh, dear. Spear, he just wants to land it on something. He might even chase and still find a spot. Spear won't be enough. Gyro survives, but that is a good turnaround again for LGD. Prophet looking to trade Kaka over again, but he's rotated and now got nothing to show for it.
Massive early game here for LGD. They were up by 2k gold there for a split second. And the lanes are just going too well. Like this Nature's Prophet, as we predicted, is not doing very well at all. Like his lane was already tough from the draft, and he's really struggling against this troll here. Only sitting at level 4.
So low, and not only is the gold going to get out,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack
as well. Already a 2k lead here for LGD. So what's the game plan for the Alchemists? Because we see these Alchemists go with like a Void Spirit, where they're giving up, you know, Ags early on at about the 11-minute mark when they give it over to the Void Spirit, and they'll give it over to like a Troll or something like that. What's the build as he's building an Ags? Like, what's the game plan? Is it just the same thing? Ags for my mid, Ags for my safe lane, and then utility items?
I gotta admit, Troll Axe this game is not very good. Doesn't do anything at all, pretty much. I've never seen it being gifted by an Alchemist. Like, I've seen it can deal a lot of damage once you get like this Desolator up and everything, but you need these items for it to be effective, you know? It's like not a game-breaking Aghanims in that early game. I'm not sure how impactful this Scepter will be on him.
Let's see. Working on going into... But he's gotten 3-1-1.
Radiant structures
at level
are
6,
fortified.
so the gold not going up as quickly as, you know, maybe say a
Radiant's
one
top
position
tower
out.
is under attack.
Something like that will go more into the Greeble, but we'll see how quickly he
The
can get
Dire
these
have
at.
reinforced their structures. Radiant's top tower is under
Try to defend
attack.
the top tower. Ian also rotating in.
Moves over me, but they've also got the
Dire's
Hex
middle
towards
tower
top.
is
They're
under
gonna try and
attack.
follow this up with a stun. Ollie's coming over. They've got
tower is
Fears here
under
with the Homie Missile going after the Alchemist. They don't get the kill over mid while this is happening over towards top, and Flyfly was way free away. From bottom, Ame's got the kill on the JT, so fight happening in all 3 areas of the map, and they've got a kill on the Nature's Prophet. The other 2 battles end without it.
JT is just absolutely getting taken down here. He's going into an Orc, but he doesn't even have a single component yet. Minute 8 into the game. Usually,
Dire's
Prophets
bottom
will
tower
finish
is
their
under
Orchid at like
attack.
minute 10, 11. This one is looking more like a minute 14, 15 Orchid pace he's farming.
And that's not going to feel that great with the later the Orchid gets. There's more to really have its power spike feel just more like an okay power movement. It's really not a lot more than when you've got that early Orchid and you can TP around on the map and take out these supports and really snowball. The later it comes, the less likely it's going to feel like one of those big items that you have to get off the ground.
JT blessed by Gaben, the first shovel resulting in a bounty rune, but big rotation bottom here from IG. No coil for 5 seconds yet.
They've found themselves the Elder Titan, 4 heroes around him, so Innocence will fall to
May
Emo.
you ride on Nether's.
Not really worth it though, unless they get this power here as well. Q.
Alex putting up a fight on Fly in the top lane, really making him uncomfortable, and the farm is starting to accelerate. They just
Dire's middle tower is under
this
attack.
out 1v1. They're going to bring over another one. They've got the Dream Coil down from Emo. He's still surviving rotations, and that's exactly what they're going to get. Amo looks for the sweep, which won't land on either of these heroes. They brought Ame up towards the top lane, and they're going to go after this puck. So use the mana trance, the silence a little bit too late. Not a lot of mana to work with. Kaka drops another state. They've got the stun charge up, which will be avoided. However, Emo's still dead. 2 kills there for LGD, and they continue to roll.
Under attack.
IG's just looking really flustered. Like, Alchemist has 1600 health, he had ult online. Puck just TP's in at level 7. Coils it. Nobody have enough damage. Alchemist though, hold up in 3.
To this is where he wants to be. Can he survive it? They've got the Sprout. He'll use that ult. He'll try to run, but he's blocked in via the tree, and that is a big giveaway from Faith Beyond.
He waited a couple more seconds.
Tower is under
Rage online. He will not die there.
Radiant's
Not a
bottom
little bit
tower
greedy.
is under attack.
Gonna lose the bot tower and his life as a result, but they should be getting the
Dire's
tower
middle
very
tower
easily.
is under attack.
Yeah, they got this with the double damage. The circle
Radiant's
wards.
bottom
Ame's
tower
here
has
to show
fallen.
moral support as he stands to the side, never gets a hit on it, but you know, he's happy to pump up his team. Nothing to say.
Dire's middle tower
On a
is
really
under
good game
attack.
at the moment, and Ame complete turnaround from game 1.
I'm taking predictions, Big Cup. Who's gonna get the axe? This is just gonna be
Dire's
the
middle
troll for
tower
the
is
stat
under
boost.
attack.
It's
Most
the Shaman.
probable one.
There's
I mean,
the
I would love to
curveball,
see it on
it's
the Shaman. I think it's just gonna go to the troll. What a
It
stat
could be
boost.
the Mars. I really think the Mars Ags could be a big boost for Nothing to Say.
It could be, but you need damage items first for it to be worth it. And he doesn't have any. He's going to the duels first. So it doesn't really make much sense.
So my vote's staying with Shaman.
Well, you're wrong. But that's fine. Makes me look smart.
That's what I'm here.
Nature's Prophet, now 1,000 gold away from its Orchid.
Starting
They're
to
not-
get there, but yeah.
They have no way to dispel it. So, they're gonna be effective on the troll. Mars will have his jewels up in time. But the biggest problem here for JT is that even after he finishes Orchid, he'll be sitting at a good 1200 health only. He'll be taken down so easily by so many of those heroes on the Radiant side.
Okay, going Sanj and Yasha. That Battle Fury shoot down. All right, come on,
completed.
Fabian. He's right over mid.
You know it's not gonna
He's
happen.
right
Big
there.
Top.
He's going. Tell me.
He's going to the left.
Hands up, chat.
Oh, maybe Elder Titan with the inbuilt BKB for free? He could be popping off on Y. He's going to the troll. Go away from the troll. And I mean,
Voting
is
troll in the
strong
chat. You were correct.
now. Sitting at 1900 health now. As I said, the whirling axes aren't super effective, but there's not much to dispel. Of course, you can't dispel your own silences, so yeah, just a stats boost. Making Ahmed feel a little bit more comfortable after the last game. Maybe he needed some, you know, it's on the back. He's like, Ahmed, you got this, come on. Woo!
We're here to support you. It's like when everybody gives their energy away for the Spirit Bomb for Goku.
Have
basically
energy,
the
this time it's
equivalent.
money.
Yeah.
Dire structures
They're gonna
are
go bottom with
fortified.
this smoke.
Bye bye,
Catch
champion.
themselves out.
F in chat.
Snowball coming through, and they're going to use the Omni Slash. Go on, not get the kill. The turnaround does not have anything to show for this, so at least get the gyro. One more shot needed, and he'll finish him off. Ollie dead, Kaka with the CP out, Truth Coil committed. It's only a 1-for-1. However,
Radiant's
5K
top
lead
tower
still
is
sitting
under
pretty
attack.
for LGD.
Radiant's top tower has
Reputation.
fallen.
They lose the Alchemist. Traded for a gyrocopter. Not the best trade, of course, for IG, but there was still a lot of wasted time for the Dire side because Juggernaut was part of that fight. Finished this Battle Fury now, so his farm is gonna skyrocket. But of course, Troll doubling the net worth because Alchemist.
Dire's bottom tower
Net worth
is
grabs
under
always
attack.
so dumb when there's an Alchemist. Kind of ridiculous.
Especially when you see the Alk who's now behind the Shadow Shaman. Man, Faith just not farming.
Yeah, Faith Beyond just like having a horrendous game. I don't know what he's doing.
Now he's got that level 4 Greeble Screed though. And do you like this? Because sometimes you'll see Alk, Ags, mid, safe lane. There you go. There are your presents. But instead, just the Ags to the Troll and going right into the.
I like it a lot because, as I said, this Mars Aghanim's doesn't feel very strong at all until he has like 2 or 3 items. So sense, just item Solar Crest, Drink Dagger after.
Ooh, Blade Fury on the high ground. Needs to be careful and
Radiant's
want
middle
the banner
tower
for a
is
second.
under
That's the only way
attack.
he's able to check it. So if he just didn't get away in time, that could
The
have been a
seeds
problem.
of
Rebound runes for Radiant. JT has Orchid. Be careful though.
So 15 minutes on that Orchid. Not the best timing, and now you wonder, are you going to even feel that Orchid for the most part on LG? They're going to go to Snowball, they've got the call down here, Snowball lands, Wallace punches there, he's not dead yet, Home Missile coming in, he drops the circle with the Dream Coil, now gets committed. Circles go after Kaka, has the damage to get the kill, he's dominating, it ends up being a 1-for-1, but a lot dropped there for IG.
This Troll Waller is, once again, just like in last game, absolutely obese. Like, what do you do about him? Doing a 40k net worth at minute 16. That's almost 1000 GPM. Of course, it's a little bit inflated shit, you know, inflated stonks, but what do you do? Like, he's gonna have a St. Joshua soon. He's gonna be sitting at 2.3k health. Where's your damage gonna come from to kill him?
They don't really have it right now. Stonks are rising for the Troll. He likes the stonk, and we'll see if he can maintain this lead. It shouldn't be too difficult right now, given the space that he's given. To see when they're really looking to just go off the rails here. I can sense it being like the Solar Crest, a big marker for them, because that will certainly help LGD just take out the heroes quickly, or even just go for like Roche.
Yeah, I mean, LGD is definitely in driver's seat right now. Drink Dagger going in bottom.
They've got the silence down on the Shadow Shaman. To the top throw, he's not dead just yet. They've got the arena here that's going to land on Alex. Gets over to the shards though. It's not enough. It does put them away from this puck. They'll get the kill on Ollie. They'll look over at Kaka, trying to get a second with the Dream Coil plays down. Should get 2.
Radiant structures
Gods
are
from nothing to say.
fireproof.
That finishes off the Tusk.
And that was without Ame.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Getting to
attack.
farm, get the top tower.
Dire's
After being
top
middle to
tower
defend his
is
own.
under attack.
Filthy rich. Going for his BKB next. Fly. Be careful, Troll can output a lot of damage here.
This isn't over.
Blade Fury.
No basher.
Still a decent chunk of damage, but no basher, no way to stop that. And
Travel
continue to farm
efficiency.
what is his
Ame. Digging. Wow, he got an item! Wow, I'm laughing at him, but he gets a Ring of Akrona from the little kobold.
That's
What are the
efficiency.
chances? That is so lucky. Wow. Okay. Alright, but buy a lottery ticket right after this final, Ame.
He's got the efficiency, he's got the luck. Now the question is, secure the win. 18 minutes in, 6k lead for LGD. Things going all Millhouse for them at the moment. Got Alk, who's really close to the Solar Crest, so LGD, I would expect they're looking to roll.
Radiant's middle tower is
You mean
under
looking to roll
attack.
the Roshan, right?
Yeah. And that could be the push of the snowball that goes down the cliff. So we'll see.
They do have a courier in there, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Could be
attack.
the melting sunshine for that snowball. But probably
Radiant's
they're not even
middle
looking to
tower
go to
has
the road at all. At least they get the mid tower. You know, play should be price. Just scroll, 60k net worth, edge the boot. Let's go. 2.5k health. What do you need? And Stipping in the front line, and they're all like, okay, Ame, sorry, dude. I know we made the angle last game.
They don't know how to deal with him. Looking over to try and kill the Shadow Shaman. Orchid Burn should be enough. Jinkyu drops. Continue to make Shadow Shaman's life a little difficult as they drop down the arena, but they don't catch the Jug. And with the Shadow Amulet, Ollie is avoiding.
Yeah, we all know what kind of shoes ninjas wear.
I'm not sure.
No. We don't have to do that again. Everybody knows at this point. That's what I'm here for. I'm educating. Troll sitting at 36 armor, by the way, at minute 19. Pretty intense. Kaka, there's a root is dead.
Chase.
No root.
No root, but gets the snowball out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So really gonna enjoy using that Solar Crest. What do you think is
Radiant's
next here
bottom
for
tower is under attack.
Just Blink Dagger and Shard probably. Yep, yes, let's do that. Shard is just a massive support.
X coming out and able to get the stun to follow this up. They'll hold it as long as they can. Earth Splitter not even going to be needed. Or, well, actually, it gets the kill. Never mind. Perfect time. Right on the edge.
To say, get picked off on the other side. So both mid laners going down.
Got it.
Dire's bottom tower is
really well
under
trained kill
attack.
for
Dire
LGD.
locked down their structures.
This action for the
Length for the Earth Splitter.
Earth Splitter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ton of damage, yeah. I don't know. Alchemist is just gonna be giving steroids to the scroll even more with that axe shot. How much health region is it? 40, 50 attack speed. He's gonna be an absolute monster. BKB now also completed on him. Once he gets up his basher,
tower is
there'll be no
under
stopping
attack.
him.
Dire's bottom tower is
It looks like he's
under
going to try and
attack.
finish Dagger first and then go to the Shard as he's holding that gold.
Yeah, he just wants to be able to initiate. His Shadow Shaman is still quite far away from a Blink Dagger.
Under attack.
And at least his Mars has one, so follow up on that. The Alchemist is suddenly pretty damn rich once more. And Puck fell off pretty damn hard. He's going into the Dagon, but he has no defensive item whatsoever. Blink into Dagon. Very squishy Puck.
Raytheon gave up in Ags and was sitting low on the net worth, but now he's ahead of the Puck once again.
Yeah, that's the power of Alchemist.
His farm is on
Make
fire.
gold out of nothing. How does it even happen? Range. Oh, he gets it.
And for Fly, but no Blade Fury, and oh! Blade Fury, I don't know if they were expecting it not to last long enough.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's courier has been slain.
Oh, Ollie again. Under the shadow of Shadow Amulet.
Dire's middle tower is under
Side
attack.
reveals the spear that lands on the Puck, so they've got the Hex to follow it up.
Radiant's
Emo
top
dead again.
tower is under attack.
Another kill here to the side of LGD, up 8k.
That is not the easiest to set up a spear on a hero's target. Well done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Resulting in a free mid tower. Ame, 8,000 net worth ahead of the Juggernaut. It's getting kind of clear at this
Dire's middle
point.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I don't know how to kill the scroll.
Radiant's top
2.6k
tower is
health,
under attack.
37 armor or something silly like that. Absolutely ridiculous.
It really is. And they've got the Hex this time onto the Gyro. Get that Shadow off. This time with the Snowball will help him for a second. Call down here. He's bitten off more than he can chew. They get that kill onto the Shadow Shaman. The chase after the Gyrocopter has to spray down, and they end up trading 1-for-1. I don't know if Jinkyu was expecting
Dire's
help there
courier's
from Kaka,
gone
but
down in flames.
it does result in a trade, and JT slowed up, but Ame now put the pressure on this Nature's Prophet.
One special completed. It's 800 gold for that. One steps up. Prophet is food. Oil.
Snowball in with the Walrus Punch.
Radiant's top
Goes
tower
in the
is
air.
under attack.
JT's coming in. in. Ame coming over, gets the slow, they hit the spear that's on Akaka. They'll get the kill onto the tusk, they'll look over. Emo, main shift with the illusory orb out, as well as the blink to get far away from the side of LGD and make sure that he doesn't get caught once again.
They don't even have damage to kill the Mars. Like, how are they ever going to touch the Scrolls? They can't even kill the Mars, who's only sitting at 1900. Nature's Prophet picked up, he gets heads immediately, wow!
He's caught. They've got the Serpent Wards down. They've got the Shackle, and they should be able to get the damage, but he pops the BKB. Do they have it?
He's out! GQ again pays for it with his life!
Sneak attack.
He can't catch a break!
Another time to fight.
And just spin to be out. No, for just keeping out. It was so close. 30 health
under attack.
on the Nature's Prophet.
God.
One more snake hit, he would have dead, but it's just not enough for Syncue. Can't catch a break, as you said. But still, Alchemist and Troll and Mars also arming up a storm.
Goes into the air, Gyro caught again, got a few hits, and he's right on the wall. The snowball, not in time for Kaka to put himself in the arena. So he's locked down as a contender in the arena, and he will lose his bout to Ame.
Agent K here. That snowball was never gonna save your Gyro, and you just forfeited your own life for nothing, pretty much.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That is giving up a second when you don't need to. A little bit of save your friends syndrome going on right there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, can't really be giving away these kills when you're already so far behind. 12k behind now. This Troll is just getting more and more ridiculous.
Radiant's top
so
tower
Mars is going for the
attack.
Deso, and I think that we see that Faithion's also holding his gold. He's got the shard queued up, he's got 3k, so if Mars goes for the Deso, I can see Alk just giving over the act.
Definitely. But Alk will probably farm 2 Aghanim Scepters until he farms his Desolator on that Mars, so maybe we still see the shard come out, maybe he'll just go onto the Aghanims right away. And all IG can do now is cut waves. Emo is doing it bottom, Prophet is doing it top. I don't know how IG is ever gonna take a team fight here. Tusk, Gyrocopter, they offer nothing in a team fight pretty much.
They haven't really wanted to fight 5v5 yet. They're just looking for pickoffs, and there hasn't really been the full skirmish yet from them. Hoping that Jug can maybe get something together to fight with them, or, well, really the team. It's not been too great for them thus far behind so much. They're going to try this time. They've got themselves the Dream Coil of the Walrus Punch to finish off Innocence. And again, it's just a 1 for. That's all they'll get. They'll back away. When you're getting these supports and you're letting out continue to farm, well, really, you're letting all 3 cores from LGD farm. You're falling further and further behind very quickly.
The scary prospect for sure. Only 900 gold away from his Abyssal Blade on the Troll. Anybody he jumps on is going to be at his mercy. He's going to chew through them so quickly. This is one hungry Troll, and he's going to be eating them all up soon. Attack on Troll, my friend. It's going to be one hell of a show. What
yeah,
Titan
when it
is
finishes.
He? Colossal Titan?
He's...
Nah, he's the Attack Titan.
Yeah, yeah. AC, okay, AC Titan. For Alchemist.
But he already has it? No, he's queuing it up. He almost has it.
Yeah. Basic. He's got it. He's really just being a friend for his team. A friend for his Troll. Once he gets that shard, too. They're gonna blink in, they've got the Walrus Punch as well as Dream Coil. They should be able to get the kill to Faith Beyond. Orchid there, nothing he can do. Serpent Wards, the turns around, he's in the Acid Spray. They've got the Spear, they'll get the kill on the JT. They'll look over the Soup lands on Takaka. They hit him with God's Rebuke, the Essence Ring. He's trying to survive, but he's got nowhere to go, and a double kill for nothing to say, as Ame focuses his attention onto Ali, and will take out a 3rd.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the rundown of the rest of this game real quick. 90 seconds until Roche spawns. LGD takes the Roshan. They're gonna have AC up on Alchemist. They're gonna go high ground. IG will try to fight back. They won't be able to. Slash.
Just the switch slash for now. BKB pop by nothing to say. Duels in the air. Can he get? Oh, Hex, this should sleep. They might be able to land more and lock him down with the spear. Earth Splitter comes in. Illusory Orb over the bow. Is he going to jump to it? No, he won't. They'll just back off. They've got the Healing Word, so not much Elder Titan can do. He'll look for the sleep. Oh, boy. And close to catching these heroes. Innocence doing so much right now.
Boy. Roshan up in 50. Troll going into the Blink Dagger. Coming close. The climax is close, my friend. This is like
the,
episode 12 of the 13, you know? Like they're setting up the final fight right now.
I hope it. Well, thankfully it's not filler.
Yeah,
Dyer's courier's gone down in flames.
Use that line on the two of these heroes. They hit the troll, goes the opposite. They call down on top of it with the home missile going after Ame. They're not following this up. They've got the shackle. Look at the abyssal and the damage from Ame on the emo. They will take out the puck again. Gone for 50.
Can I ask you a question, B-Cop? Coil for what? They were both full health the entire time.
Yeah. There was nothing to follow that up.
Yeah. I can't follow that up. Troll standing there. He's like, come at me, bro. Come at me, Jug. Omni-slash me. Please do it.
Oh, no.
JD.
Gone. First hit. There it is. JT, he's gone. Also, caught Kaka. And they've caught themselves Fly. Never mind. They've got the jump. They've got the shackle as well as the hex. They're getting a kill on a Fly. They've also slept Kaka. Will chase. Will try to TP, but the officials there. The kills come in, and LGD now lead 18K over IG. 24-12. 30 minutes in.
I mean, they're just outplaying them at every turn. Like, this is just the power of Shaman. Jack can't spin, Prophet can't BKB, Puck just gets caught by him. I think Q on this hero is such an absolute monster. Why have people giving it to him?
He really is a monster with this hero. You've seen it from the Chinese teams. The Shadow Shamans and the Lions just be prioritized by both teams, and the lockdown, the instant lockdown from the Shadow Shaman has proven to be too much time and time again.
Yeah.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
What now? Level 25 for Troll. F the chat for IG. Thank you. Now they can't even stun him anymore. You get stunned by the Dream Coil, press R. You get stunned by the Rocket, press R. Gonna be really easy for him. Yep. All you gotta do. Just don't press it before you get stunned, because that's not how it works.
Going for the Swift Blink. 30,000 net worth. God, he's still keeping up with the 1K. 1K GPM.
Fortunately, it won't show up like that in the end screen. Because he got 4K of that gold gifted. Like, he's taken Alchemist's hard work and making it look like he did it all himself. But that's not the true story, B-Cop. The investor is Alchemist. And without him, Troll would never be this farm.
The returns must be good for Alchemist. He invested low. 14 people were shorting Troll, and well, now get where the price is. Troll really trying to
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Now he built an entire empire based on that early investment.
Dyer's bottom tower
Thank you,
has fallen.
Fabian, for making it happen.
Dyer's bottom tower is
Wall of
under
damage
attack.
up with this Swift thing is absolutely ridiculous. Swift
Dyer
thing lost the
locked
missile.
down their
I just want to see him blow
structures.
someone up.
Dyer's
Looking for the
bottom
profit
tower
here.
is under attack.
Kaka's getting blown up.
God, Dream Coil. That's thrown down, but he can still take the tower. Meanwhile, bottom, they've got the
Solo
catch.
kill.
He should be able to get the kill. It's a solo kill on a JT. This Troll is stunned up for a moment, and well, the standard run takes regression off of Ame as they look to get the bottom set of racks and moves back towards any hit. Looks like he should be likely to do so. Back towards doesn't even mean anything. The doors kick wide open. He's gonna blink forward, looking over for the gyrocopter. Still trying to stop them in their tracks. They got the arena down, but they're gonna go back to the LGD, even the series up at 1. A very easy, straightforward game. LGD.
Yeah, just from start to finish, IG, the draft was very wonky. That last big profit, I was not convinced. He didn't really get a chance to do anything this game. Draft win by PSG, and they also just massively outplayed IG at every turn of this game, making it look really easy. Like, arguably, even the hardest stomp than level 1 game 1 was.
Yeah, and look at IG. They just look depleted after that
They look
game.
defeated,
It was such a good one. Yeah. It was very simple from LGD. Really just start to finish, everything went well for them, especially Faith Beyond's start. Faith Beyond, he read the Helping Friendly book. He helped out his team, and that led them to a victory. you know, the stocks pay out for this Alchemist. So they even it up at 1, and again we go to a lower bracket game 3, which is always exciting.
Because I look at that draft and I'm like, don't really know how this happened.
Where was the GG?
GG!
GG!
Black, we're gonna have to have some stern words with you. We didn't know that the game ended.
Yeah, we had to hear the GG so that we knew it was time for us to come back.
I saw them writing the GG, but without hearing Black screaming in my ear. I don't know what's happening.
Did the game really end?
I was confused. Okay, so I have to say one thing. It looks like every time I'm 100% confident that one team is going to win, I turn into Kyle, and I'm always wrong.
I don't know why they did the lanes the way that they did. The Nature's Prophet was like not at all an issue for the Troll Warlord in the bot lane. In the middle lane, it was
Okay, you can lose 2 lanes. You can even out 1 lane, lose 1, and win 1. Safe lane should have been decent for them, but Gyrocopter starts with a homing missile.
Yeah,
it's literally. I don't think you ever take that level 1. You need to,
unless if you're going for first blood with like a Mirana arrow stun or something.
But
even then, it's like taking Inkswell on Grimstroke at 1.
Yep.
Like you may be able to get the kill, but then your journey to level 2 is like brutal.
I mean, yeah. I think this is much worse. Honestly. I think level 1.
It's like taking upheaval on Warlock at 1. How about that?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Very sad that the laning stage did not go the way IG would want it to go, because then we would see a normal game of Dota. This wasn't truly a normal game. This was a stomp coming from IG, in which it wasn't very eventful. You just saw Alchemist farming up. He was feeding on the Treants, he was feeding on the Ancient Creeps, he was feeding on creeps, on heroes. He had Aghanim, Solar Crest, Shard, Blink Dagger, AC. It's not even about the troll. It's just how much this Fate Beyond Alchemist was given.
Yep.
He remains 100% win rate.
And also, I continue to gain confidence in the Mars versus Puck matchup. I think that I didn't expect it to be that one-sided, but it was pretty one-sided, and it can't be based off skill because Emo and Nothing to Say have been neck and neck throughout the rest of the series. So this seemed like a matchup type situation.
And it's a really good answer to Puck, right? Because you can pick Mars early on, versus the Puck, and
flex
then flex it up, yeah.
Well, for this match, we had a little bit less tactical feeding from our MVP this time, Ame.
Good job,
on
Ame.
the troll.
What did I say at the beginning? I mean, this man will carry you, but this man will also throw you into a cliff. He is hot and cold, but when he's hot, he's hot.
Okay, so if we could guess the troll was going to pick, if the production crew could guess troll was going to pick, going to be picked, why didn't IG steal it? They had that. So both of these teams opened with their first picks, and then the second pick was for IG.
Yeah.
They decided not to take it. I think that was maybe a mistake.
I think that they could have answered it, but as we've mentioned multiple times, when it's an Alchemist game, it becomes an Alchemist game. And so as much as I was reluctant that they gave away the troll, I think that they could have eventually addressed it were it not for the Alchemist.
Possible. Very possible.
We'll see.
If you skill homing missile, though, you couldn't address anything.
It's pretty grief.
I remember you guys were talking about that in the green room. You're like, why missile?
Yeah, well, there was that big fight at over at the
sometimes you get baited.
Bounty Rune.
Yeah,
and
sometimes
Jug died, and then I was just like, okay, interesting. And then I saw a Gyrocopter had a homing missile skilled, and I was like,
you get baited sometimes to skill a spell that will land you first blood, but then you lose the lane because of that. It happens. Like,
and that's what happened here?
That's what happened. There's just a lot of situations in which players... you just don't expect it on this level. Maybe Oli doesn't play it as much as we thought so Yeah, just goes for the missile instead of the barrage, and because of that, you're fighting into Shadow Shaman and Alchemist with Acid Spray. You absolutely cannot do anything in that lane. Like, you cannot approach the creeps. You cannot approach the heroes. All range creeps got denied early on. Not all, but a lot of them. A lot of them, yeah.
All right, well, we have a lot of games still coming up. We are going to a Game 3, and we're able to have these Game 3s thanks to some great sponsors like JBL. Gear up your gaming experience with the all-new JBL.
Dire team pick.
A lot of times these players can flex the positions, but when a puck comes out,
Mars will come out too from PSG.LGD.
Radiant team pick.
Really believe that.
Shadow Shaman.
Okay, Shadow Shaman first. They get a chance.
They get a chance. They can take the Mars away.
Troll, exactly. Troll or Mars. They
yeah.
get really.
Radiant team pick.
Oracle. You used to play a lot of Oracle at the beginning of this tournament.
Yeah, Oli plays a ton of Oracle. Usually you leave it for the second phase or even last with the 5.
Timbersaw.
Okay, Timbersaw for JT. Yeah, I thought that it will be banned out a little bit earlier. I like the approach because you're securing JT's hero early.
how will that change up PSG.LGD's draft? You said Mars and Troll. Will this affect that at all?
Radiant team ban.
No. They will still go with the Troll. This is definitely what we expect from PSG.LGD. However, let's think about it a little bit. Timber into Troll isn't that bad for Timber in the lane.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those lanes that you can win. Obviously, if you mess up heavily, anything can happen. We've seen that in game 2, but
5 seconds
on
remaining.
paper, you should have an advantage there.
Dire team ban.
Secure this Timber with a couple of bans, and I think you're good to go if you're IG. They ban out the Mars.
Radiant team
the puck,
ban.
which is weird. This is
weird.
Yeah, the way the meta has developed and the amount of change that we have witnessed in the last week and in the last few months just proves how versatile this game is. You don't need to patch it all the time. Teams will find different solutions to different heroes, and you'll see different picks being first pick material.
Dire team ban.
Yeah.
Every week.
Even depending on what region, you'll see the weirdest things.
Radiant team ban.
Razor, Morphling.
Can you explain this ban from IG that just came out?
Magnus?
Magnus, yes.
It's nothing to say.
Specialty?
Comfort. Yeah, it's his specialty. It's comfort pick. It's also one of those heroes that's good versus puck on the mid lane and also good
10
with Troll.
seconds remaining.
So just a lot of good things, a lot of positives coming from him.
5 seconds
Not really
remaining.
something that you see played by anyone else.
Right.
But if it truly is their comfort zone,
Dire team ban.
you want to steer away from it.
I'm surprised they didn't ban the Alchemist.
They have Timber this time around. So maybe that's one of the reasons. Alchemist versus Timber can be really rough. It's not even about the lane itself. The lane itself is terrible,
10
but
seconds
later
remaining.
on you can just chase him with Timber. You have this hero that can stay on the
5
lane
seconds
on
remaining.
his own. So if Timber isn't chasing him, the supports can do the same thing.
So it seems like IG was banning mainly to secure their puck, right? Especially with the Void Spirit. I know that you've mentioned that it puck is fine in that lane, but why would they try so hard to focus on protecting puck?
No, they're not truly. They're banning out heroes that are good for PSG.LGD and also might do well versus puck in the mid lane. Void Spirit is not one of those.
Yeah, but the Mars and the map lane
For sure.
add up.
Dire team pick.
So how heavy do you want to go on magic damage if you're LGD just to punish this first phase Timbersaw? Because Timbersaw is moving up the ranks. We used to see it be exclusively like a last pick, then it got bumped up to second phase, and now here we have it in first phase.
Yep. I haven't seen the teams from SCA that like the Timbersaw
10
way too
seconds
much,
remaining.
but there were a few.
Radiant team
Masaros,
pick.
Fnatic T1, they both picked that Timber very early on, and okay.
That's a very targeted anti-Timber hero right there.
And not necessarily that much if he gets the stacks already. So
yeah,
it's
but
good.
It's more of this like the Timbers who are like, okay, cool, I did well in the lane. I'm just gonna stand
10
between your
seconds
tier 1
remaining.
and tier 2 now.
Yeah.
Viper's like, no.
Yeah.
You go back to the lane like a normal person.
Like a
5
normal
seconds
player,
remaining.
get out of my lane.
Get out of the lane.
Yeah, think what Viper really does more is punishes Puck in the mid lane. That can be a very one-sided affair as well. It can be pretty dominant for the Viper.
What makes Viper so dominant?
Radiant
Did you
team
play
pick.
against Viper?
That was
Yes.
ye old Viper. Viper these days is surprisingly skill dependent. It's not as just like keep Q on autocast, spit constantly,
Okay,
win lane
now
automatically.
it's not on autocast. Now you actually have to press it. You move on the high
5
ground and you
seconds
just
remaining.
spam it. Viper and
It's-
skill dependent
it's
heroes.
still-
That's like the
No.
furthest apart.
The matchup is skill
Okay,
dependent.
okay.
Viper is a face roll hero. You just literally just mash on the keyboard and you'll probably
Yeah,
do something useful.
Because Puck is a little bit stronger right now, but it's still, I think,
It's
heavily
Viper favored.
favored.
Yeah.
What's also nice about Viper is it prevents IG from picking some other heroes that also suffer from break mechanics. Of course, that usually do suffer because why are you a core? You have a pretty sick passive, right? Like your
Yeah.
stats gain is nice and you have a sick passive, and that's what Viper deals
like-
well against.
Jug, I think, is okay, even though technically you can't crit, but you're not going to be in the Nether Toxin because you're going to be Swift Slashing and Omni Slashing and Blade Furying around.
Okay, not a bad
Radiant
choice
team
for
ban.
IG.
Phantom
They go with the Phantom
Lancer.
Line. Okay, a different approach. I'm not sure I like this way too much. You're picking PL not only into Viper but into Troll Warlord as well. Troll matchup is pretty fine for Troll. Viper matchup is... I
10
really think
seconds
you can
remaining.
itemize properly versus PL.
Yeah, but not. I mean, like
5
PL can't
seconds
really kill the
remaining.
Viper, but Viper also can't really kill
Dire
the
team
PL.
ban.
You're both just kind of hitting each other, and like
Yep.
eventually someone else is going to show up to the fight.
Radiant team
So
ban.
what roles are missing from?
IG5, PSG.LGD, most likely offlane, if we consider that Viper is mid. So you can see Lash banned out by IG. They're pretty much just protecting the PL. That's gonna be Lash, and that's going to
10
be
seconds
maybe
remaining.
Underlord, maybe
Yeah.
what else is there that
5
really
seconds
deals well with
remaining.
PL?
The Void Spirit's already banned out. That would have been another choice.
It depends if they want to ban out offlanes or mids, right?
Right. Or they could do one of each. If they're looking at offlanes, yeah, I think an Underlord ban would be pretty value.
Do you
Dire
think that them
team
taking so
ban.
long side is
Okay.
from not figuring it out?
Alchemist again. It's not truly that. They're trying to figure it out on the go.
Radiant team pick.
Very rarely do you, not very rarely, you do have drafts prepared, but sometimes in a game such as this one, you're thinking on the go and
Who is remaining for IG? Wisp out, Oracle out, Abaddon? Abaddon out.
10
they
seconds
have that
remaining.
gyro option once again if they
No.
wanna
They have Wyvern.
if they wanna try it.
Five
There's a
seconds
Wyvern.
remaining.
That is
Sure.
true.
Sure, I wouldn't mind that too much. Haven't seen it played by Oli, but versus the Troll Warlord, it could be decent. Right now, if you're looking at IG, they could use a position 5 that's actually strong
Dire
in the lane
team
as well.
pick.
Something that can, not necessarily what I thought, but actually very good. A good pickup.
What makes it a good pickup?
It's just the anti-troll warlord hero. Make sure you can shatter him when he gets into battle trance. A lot more, especially with a lion. Also,
10
you have so
seconds
much burst
remaining.
damage. You can quickly bring this troll to critical HP.
5
And
seconds
IG have
remaining.
shown that they're surprisingly good at coordinating with the Ice Blast, even though they don't have. I guess in that Mirana game, they had like a ton of stun setup. They had the Mirana, they had the Lion, they had the Mars. This one, it's mainly going to be the Puck and the Lion setup for.
I've actually, if you guys remember, 7 days ago when we started the major, I was saying that this Phantom Lancer is looking
Yeah, I'm telling
extremely,
you, we bookended the tournament.
yeah, extremely strong in the Chinese region. However, we haven't seen it too
Yeah.
many times. It's been picked like 3-4 times.
It's very, very situational.
In the
but
playoffs, at least.
it's been making a resurgence.
Last night it was picked,
Mhm.
obviously, but yep, we'll see what IG can do on it. How Fly is going to fare with it.
Faith Beyond hero. He has
Is Beastmaster banned? We've seen
it's
like
not,
a lot.
but he always...
Choose your hero.
Okay, Wind Ranger.
Wind
Wind is surprisingly good against Phantom. You can't get rid of the focus fire.
It's mid lane Wind Ranger as well.
Yeah, nothing to say, and it's gonna be Faith Beyond Viper.
Fate Beyond Viper. Oh,
Prepare to battle!
It's looking spicy. It's looking spicy.
Ataque aqui! Ataque aqui!
Thank you very much. Game number 3 between IG and LGD for a ticket. Go to the grand final. Go to the best of 5 against EG. We'll see who punches their ticket.
Ticket home.
This dance, yeah, a ticket home or a ticket to the grand finals.
Go home, of course.
30 seconds to battle.
It's interesting last pickup here from LGD. Ranger, who generally suffers quite a bit from Phantom Lance in the mid-late game portions of the... Unless you can really, you know, start the fight with a shackle shot on him and focus fire. Because if you can, how are you ever going to figure out who's the right one? That being said though, Troll is quite good against PL. Yeah, it's all gonna come down to how well does Troll and PL
Oh
can
boy,
farm, I think.
oh boy!
This is gonna be
See
fun!
if Ame can have another successful game on that Troll. It's crazy how often the rule from Slacks always appears.
God, I
Elimination
think I'm gonna
games and win runners. How many times are we going to see the two just be intertwined together?
I love myself some Wind Ranger. Slacks is a Wind Ranger hater, I think. Or is he a lover? I followed the...
Hater?
The hater? Okay, Wind Ranger hater. I'm a big Wind Ranger fan. The hero offers quite a lot. It's a hard hero to pull off. Play well, but when players do it, it just looks so damn good.
We saw a good Wind Ranger the other day, and it just wasn't enough. It ends up coming up short, and it feels like the Wind Ranger has a kind of history of coming up a little bit short.
Yeah, it's always this hero that owns really hard in the mid-early game, and then sometimes in the late game still, but you just die so easily if you get caught out. Time.
No. So we'll have to see how that does up against the puck. Take a look here over bottom. We've got Faith Beyond on this Viper, just trying to shut down Fly over in the top lane with JT on the Timber. We'll see how these lanes go. Is there any one lane that's really popping out at you? Something that you think that will really pop off? Like last game, it was the Alchemist lane up against the Jug. Like which lane really looks like it can get out of control?
Lane is just this Basal gets level 3. Getting quite difficult for the Troll and kill him. But yeah, mid lane shouldn't be a whole lot of action. Neither can really kill each other. Bottom. Nope, he's gonna be fine on the shaman. Yeah, I don't think these lanes are the most eventful, to be honest. Like, even bot lane, the Viper is gonna pressure the PL a little bit, but there shouldn't be any kills coming out of there. Early game doesn't look to be very kill heavy.
Might be a quiet game with a lot of farm to be had. See? JT on this Timber. We've seen him successful. We've seen some Timbers that really get out of control. But up against this Viper, I'm not sure it'll continue to find that success as Kaka does spot Ame's Courier and get that last shot in. Take out the Trolls. Courier maybe pay for it with his life, but only battery assault. So there's no battery assault in Cogs. Kaka should be fine.
There's no backup for the Troll. Just fine for himself. Timbersaw though, level 3 already. Really when the lane becomes Troll. And level 5 is when the lane becomes playable for them.
Right now, leading the CS again is LGD. This is similar to game number 2 when all 3 lanes were going well for them. You've got nothing to say, holding his own up against Emo on this puck, who's looking for redemption with this hero. That last game just did not go well for him.
Yeah, but they had really good last game. This game, they still have answers, but not nearly as good as last game. He's having a better time for himself. Laning phase will also be easier because he's not countered. And he's on the field to do a lot. Bottom, a lot of stacks.
Shackle. Yeah, the stacks are really starting to become a problem. They'll get first blood, they'll take out Ali, but the return kill is there. Earth Spike for Kaka to finish off Faith Beyond. It's first blood, but a trade you're not really happy in making. And they'll put some damage out onto the Shadow Shaman. They did get the rotation as JT. He said he's got that point where he can really feel comfortable and comfortable by himself.
Yeah, that's the power of Timbersaw. Your pulse 4 is free to do whatever you want. Gank middle, gank top, bottom. And it's just really easy with this Timbersaw. There's no danger at all of dying ever.
There'll be a point where maybe Faithion shows up towards top, or as I say that, Shackle again now onto the Phantom Lancer. They had the break on him with another Toxin down, fly into the trees, and will escape the grasp of Faithion and Hugh.
PL is one of the best heroes against Viper. The doppelganger, all the stacks of poison attack are gone. And in the mid game, of course, you don't really have good answers. PL. Kaka.
Better it be no one.
Trying to come over with this Lion once again, really just spamming this hero, showing the impact.
Dodge. Lion.
To hell and back again. He has continued to show up in just about every game.
Yeah, not gonna leave our sides anytime soon. One of these teams is gonna make it to the grand finals, and they both love Shadow Shaman. And get used to it, guys. Get used to it.
Might see it in every game of the final.
GD, quiet now, pulling the creep with you away. Just telling you how uncomfortable he is on the top lane. On this roll. Another Courier kill for Kaka.
Yeah, and the Earth Spike is not going to be easy here. Brainus needs to get away because they've got Coil available, and that's exactly what they'll use to lock down Innocence and get that kill onto the Clockwork. He's gone, taken out again. This is just not the spot you want to be in. Shackle, on the Fly. They've got the Hex, the damage in.
No
Isn't enough to kill off Fly. He doesn't have the Doppelganger at the moment. Under the tower, getting run down. Fairy Fire burning away. And the toxicity from Faith Beyond will take out Fly. The PL does go down, and Faith Beyond can take over in this lane.
Batman. But yeah, it's a very important kill on the PL.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now, he's in Struggle City, only sitting at 2.3k net worth. Not where you want to be as PL in this lane.
The Dire have reinforced their structures.
Take a lot of space.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Make all that space happen, as well as JT. They have the perfect heroes to do it, however, so I'm sure they'll be in. No problem.
Our spike lands on the clockwork
Radiant
again, but he's not really going in.
fortified.
Gun has made that swap into the top lane. A big bunch of creeps to go and take here for him. Gotta make sure that the creep waves really get denied out. They've got 2 heroes up top. JT going in, looking over at clockwork. We've got the cogs around him. They've got the heads on to JT. This is a problem now. Ooze reorb over. They've got the Dream Coil on the 3. Well placed, but not in time to save JT. Emo's over. The Earthspike misses. Nothing to say. He's also made the rotation. It's a 1-for-1 that benefits LGD.
Mid-range are one of the best heroes against us on the game. It's not done yet, though. Emo's still lurking around.
Top
Power
tower has
denied.
been denied.
Take me on. Hit by the Earthspike. Cold feet. He's gonna walk out. Just in time, actually.
I'm not sure what Clockwork did there previously. We saw him die there in the river. He pulled the creep wave away, allowing 3 creep waves to stack up. So I was just gone from full health. It was kind of like an Agent Y play there. helping out IG quite a bit here. Because you should not be losing this tower this early.
Our tower is gone. Now they're gonna come over, find themselves. Kaka though, they're right on top. Power shot.
To hell!
Another spike on it. And we'll get the kill on the count.
Gone. For the puck. Ame once again sitting at net worth. Very comfortably. Building into that Battle Fury once more. Heal is really gonna be starting to become effective here. Maybe he'll go Diffusal Blade first, but probably gonna go into his Manta spell that we see times. Yasha is also very popular.
See what he ends up choosing for his Battle Fury is being built for Ame once again. He's not going to have the luxury of that Ag's delivery coming in. No Alchemist on his team, so it's not the jump from like 5k net worth to 10k. It's a 3-man smoke, but they don't find Ame in the jungle. They do place down vision, so they can maybe invade this triangle a little bit later down the line, especially if they're putting the pressure on bottom.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Shadow Shaman, and we'll get the kill here on GQ.
Viper. Should be alright.
Dire's bottom
Mid-ranger picked up
tower
the
is
Javelin.
under attack.
That means Timbersaw is a realistic kill. Doesn't have a hook yet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
Taking
tower
another tier
is under
1.
attack.
Mid tier 1 still stands, but top and bottom looking like they're gonna both fall.
It's a lot of poison
though. JT, a lot of damage being taken. He's got the Wing Rip. They'll hit the 2-man start from Kaka with the Dream Coil coming down. They get the gun innocent. They look over at Fade Beyond. Should be a second with the cold feet going over and freezing over this fight. Radiant get the kill though on Tali in return. It's a 2-for-1, but nothing to say. He's out of mana, trying to wind run out of harm's way. It's okay to do so.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Took off half health.
Alright, not really able to survive under the bow of this Windrunner.
Wrong arms, of course.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Power shot.
Power shot doing so much damage. Look at that. Kaka dropping. They've got the chakram thrown over, trying to catch the Shadow Shot with the Waiting Rip. They've got the silence. They'll get the kill. They'll end up trading. Nothing to say, still standing by and actually stays with Emo, who jumps over the illusion. The Shackle doesn't attach to JT, but they've got the Viper Strike onto the Timbersaw. They get the kill on Emo. Now they're going to be able to chase JT because he's so slowed up. They'll move forward if they can catch him from
he's stuck on the high ground?
He's probably dead, but the Timber Chain doesn't bring him onto the low ground, so he's stuck on the high ground, pushed to the low ground via the cogs, and JT, he'll get run down. LGD, and they get a lot out of this, and they will continue to put up a lead.
Yeah, big misplay here from Emo and JT. Emo orbing in, trying to get the rune, putting himself in a position, just dive freely, and then JT with the missed, what's the name? Timber Chain, getting stuck onto the high ground. Like LGD was already ready to give up and run away, and then they noticed that he got stuck there.
Now once they do it, they turn it around. And maybe still a little bit flustered from game 2. This is, like you said, a ticket home or a ticket to the finals. Either way, we'll see them with a ticket stub in their hand.
Work, got hook shot. On the line.
Line in trouble.
Tower is under
Spike
attack.
lands on 2, but the battery not the damage, even though his Hex is enough. They'll get the kill on Akaka once again. They've dropped down the Serpent Wards, and they should be able to take a tier 1 over mid.
Radiant's middle
They still
tower
have their
has
mid tier 1
fallen.
standing, so this is big for LGD to open up the map a little bit more for them.
At least they do have the top tower in IG, and they still have their own bottom tower for them. I'm sure with the next Shaman Wards, they're just going to take down that bottom tower as
Radiant's
well.
bottom tower is under attack.
So actually, it's the combination. You get hook shot.
Dire's top tower is under
Regeneration rune, Ice Blast coming through, and that'll fly over the clockwork to get the kill there on Innocence.
Nice
Now coming around the back, look at that again, nothing to say. He just has big damage out to kill off Ollie. Ollie can't survive against the Windrunner.
What's up with all these range? They're all popping off every time.
Yeah. It's a hero that's doing quite well.
Maybe Slex was wrong after all.
We'll have to see.
Radiant's middle tower is
We're
under
yet to
attack.
find our answer on whether or not Windranger can save this elimination game.
Roll, Battlefield completed now. Going into that raid boss. Tamaki Storm. Going straight to the BKB next.
They've got the rod, and they have pulled the hook shot over onto GT. He'll timber chain away, but the damage coming in is just too much for him to handle. Faith Beyond gets the kill, and they are now up 3,000 net worth already for the side of LGD.
Yeah, that's just the power of Viper. You get 5 stacks on with the poison attack. Your magic resistance is reduced by about 45%, and even a hero like Timber have to take down. Why? A blast miss.
Blast in.
Big stick.
Cogs, all right. Well, the Dream Coil's there, so that'll lock him up.
No shot.
Stick, not enough saving there. Oh, still uncontested. Use a blade would really have to do a lot of work here for PL and IG.
I'm not sure it'll be enough.
Kaka going with 4-step as well. They're just kind of lacking initiation until Puck gets a Flick Dagger, which will be in 800 gold. Say. Almost at BKB. Would be a very strong power spike for him. All the way from that.
Here I am.
Kratos on to Emo. The thing that I'm noticing, if they're going to go to the 4-staff on Takaka, we usually expect him to have like an Aether Lens or a Blink Dagger where he feels like the initiator, the playmaker, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that with a 4-staff, which I expect him to use more defensively.
Definitely.
Radiant's
It's just
bottom
against the
tower
clockwork
is
because
under attack.
if you get hooked, put into the cogs, and the Viper throws his Nether Toxin on top of you, it's basically just a poison pit, and you just take way too much damage. So they needed a tool against it. 4-staff makes a lot of sense, but as you said, it will be a big problem for its playmaking ability. It will be a lot lower than the last game. Game before that as well.
So it's not really where he'd certainly like to be. Sentry ward down that can immediately deward that obs, but now that they know they
Dire's middle
have vision,
tower
you
is
can
under
expect they're
attack.
trying to make aggressive play. See LGD shot in, Ice Blast out, that's on Innocence. They've got the finger as well as the kill. They get the kill on Innocence, and now turn this around on Takaka. It's a 1-for-1 trade. They do get a stack on the finger. They will trade those supports. And this is again just leaving Ame to do whatever he wants in terms of farming.
Looks like Radiant
Here
closed
as
the
well,
blast
completely free farming
doors.
now. Diffuser Blade only 100 gold away. And we have seen yesterday against Secret, Livefly became an absolute beast after the diffuser was completed.
So, is that marker the marker we're looking at for
Dire's
Fly
top tower
on this
is
Phantom Lancer
under
again, like the defusal, the heart timing, which it was mentioned as in the last game that he played this Phantom Lancer. Is it heart timing again for LGD, or do they have answers to that?
It always is hard timing for IG, but this time LGD has a Troll who is one of the best heroes against Lancer. Once he has his BKB and he gets the perma route going on this PL, he's gonna be in big trouble.
There's the diffusal blade. Bounty's being picked up. IG hook shot. That'll be thrown forward, and they've got the Dream Coil down. Nothing to say, in a lot of trouble. Pops the BKB. He is so quickly dispatched, and now they're going to go after Faith Beyond. You see that Fly gets involved. The second he's got the diffusal blade, he'll get the kill on the Faith Beyond, and they'll look over to take the tier 1 over mid. A big victory for IG on that.
Dire's middle tower
Phantom Lancer
has fallen.
gets his diffusal. little bit of a mistake here by Nothing to Say. He has his BKB, but he has no wind run. A lot of physical damage coming out here from the IG side. Ame, careful.
Gets it on the Holly though. The turnaround will be one for IG taking out Jinkyu.
What did you?
1800 gold away from his BKB. That's really when he has a power spike, but they do have AA Blast this game against his Troll life leech, so that's why they picked it. We'll have to see if they can make the combo work though. It's not the easiest spell to hit on the hero with BKB.
No, not at all.
As you well know.
I do. I very much do. So we'll see now. It's Javelin BKB now going back into the Maelstrom. We'll see how Nothing to Say kind of goes on from this, because he's kind of falling behind Emo on this puck, who hasn't been explosive in this game, but he's certainly performing way better than the game 2 when he was on this puck. I think he ended the game with like no worth.
Yeah, it's really just the lane. Like, if Puck has a decent lane, he usually dominates game. And when Puck gets shut down in the lane, like he did last game, he had absolutely nothing going for him. Why?
Bottom tower is under attack.
Shocked him a little short.
Now you can see they just have no ways to deal with this fence.
Radiant's bottom
Sure,
tower.
Troll is good against him, but what if he just runs past the Troll into the backline? How do they deal with him? That is exactly why they picked the Phantom Lancer. It's gonna be such a thorn in their eyes.
Eyes too. I mean, that would be really bad to deal with thorns in your
That would be
eyes.
very painful, yeah.
Thorns anywhere are really bad.
Dyer's middle tower.
Hook shot, and they're going to set up the cogs with the Hex. Ice Blast coming in, but they've got the Shackle with the Serpent Wards. It's locked down enough to get the kill here on Emo. I'll get an interesting spot as the Earth Spike is thrown over onto Innocence. They lock up that Clockwork for a second. They've got the Hex onto the Shadow Shaman. Jinkyu again got a pretty cool spot as Innocence falls. The fly finger used. Jinkyu gone. 2 heroes down the side of LGD. So 2 kills there for IG, but they Emo. And, well, the trade, I would say, definitely benefits IG a little bit with another stack of the finger, but you're losing your mid.
Yeah, now it feels good to lose your mid, but at the same time, PL still uncontested. Just feels like LGD, even though they're getting kills, they're getting better ends of the trades just yet. I'm getting a little bit of trade. Anti-style completed on the PL. We're going to this hard next that we always see, but this time around, he doesn't have St. Joshua for the 30% amplified experience, so the hard won't be as effective.
At least not yet, that's for sure. Troll with the Battle Fury into the BKB going Sanjin Yasha next. Wind Ranger going Axe. Lotus Orb has been completed for JT. His farm has been stymied a little bit, slowed down, but so has Faith Beyond's. They're about equivalent in terms of gold.
Illusion!
Oh no, Innocence. Spotted in the cogs, chocolate on him. Get away from this. Emo right on top of this Clockwork. Trying to run away, but the waning rip from Emo will finish him off.
Is under attack.
What were you hoping for if you're Clockwork walking up those steps?
You can see LGD's up to big
Radiant's
gold.
bottom tower
I don't really
is
feel that
under
way. Like,
attack.
they're playing very scared. Over all the pros going to IG.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're putting the pressure on. The Serpent Wards haven't really locked down as much in terms of pushing in his towers. They've got the Dream Coil down onto Ame. He's silenced the Waning Rip. Endotoxin right on top of this Troll to try and defend Ame as much as they can. Chain actually misses, and they could have gone on that. He's got the Lotus Orb. They'll go to the Focus Fire. They'll go to the Shackle that connects to the tree. They should have the controlling at this point. The Ice Blast is coming over, so it looks like IG want to fight this, or maybe push LGD away for a moment. I definitely think IG were thinking about it as they converged around LGD, but thought better of it as they back away after the Ice Blast did in fact land.
You can definitely tell nerfs are part of this game. Like JT, this is the second time
tower is
Timber Chain
under
killed him.
attack.
Very uncharacteristic. Usually he's spot on with those. But of course, high stakes. Natural to make more mistakes.
Okay, lead for LGD still holding, but it has been going down consistently through the last 2 minutes or so.
Yeah. The good thing LGD has going for them the PL will still another item. MKB supply we'll have to see, because these blinding axes from the troll are very effective again. Usually you need an MKB to really be able to fight, but they still have quite a bit of time.
Smoke used. And I'm facing on, but they're gonna head towards top. For a second, they looked like they wanted to go top. They'll go through mid. Let's see if they can catch anybody over. Maybe looking at the triangle. It's Ollie in a good position to break the smoke, and they have no idea where that smoke was broken from.
Dire's top tower
I'm so
is under
confused.
attack.
Like they saw the AA in vision. They just kind of looked at him, and they were unsmoked for a good 2 seconds. And then Armor was like pinging himself out. Oh, guys, I got unsmoked. They did not go on the
Dire's
AA.
bottom
Slow
tower
reaction.
is under attack.
They were probably just focused on the triangle.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Smoke leading to nothing. Unfortunate.
Rune for the Windrunner. Oh, the Windrunners are going Boots of Travel. So we have the Axe queued up, now going Boots of Travel. Do you like this pickup more? Obviously, they bring different things to the table, but he's close to the Boots of Travel and probably going to commit to it. Is that where you'd like to see gold be invested?
Personally, like the Axe more, which makes it actually unkillable. Combination with the BKB make probably more sense, because right now you need all the fighting power you can get. Boots of Travel are good for the map and pressure the map, but they're being the ones that are being pressured, right? Travel don't make a whole lot of sense, I think. Gotta upgrade your fighting power a bit.
Being built here for Faith Beyond. See if he commits to the Boots Travel. I'd be interested to see if maybe he switches at the last second if he's got the gold and they're not really clashing.
See it now. The gold, and he's gonna commit it.
Alright. Now you got Kaka going back for that Blink Dagger. So yeah, he picks up the 4 staff, going to the Blink Dagger. He's got a lot of space to work with, getting a lot of gold. He's actually the top farm support at the moment. So we'll see Kaka pick up that Blink and be able to be that initiator, be that playmaker that we've seen him on this hero as so many times before. Coil used, but the illusion room gets popped. Not going to help you out. Windrunner trying to land the shackle. Emo though on the run. Not a lot of matter to work with. He does have help from JT and Fly over to the sides, waiting in the wing to jump.
Tower is under attack.
Well done by Nothing to Say not to really commit for that, because that could have been trouble.
Radiant structures are fireproof.
Wait very well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It is.
Dire's top tower is under
They're just gonna
attack.
be trading tier 2 towers here.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Quite timid.
Radiant's bottom
Fine
tower
sitting back,
has
farming up the
fallen.
carries, farming up the mid laners.
Who does that benefit the most?
It's always tough to say. Like Phantom Lancer Troll is a matchup where if Troll can find the right PL, he can easily take him down in the late game. But it's gonna be so hard to find that right PL. If he kills your backline, then the Troll can't win this game alone, obviously. Kited quite a bit. PL now finish the hard. This is where you go to Struggle City as PSG.LGD here.
To be careful. Clockwork going for the shard, trying to use that jetpack.
Pack.
I don't know if it's a meme as much anymore. It feels like Clockworks love this item.
They do. It still just doesn't look like it belongs in Dota, the way like he moves and everything, you know what I mean? Like a flight
swimming in the air.
Yeah.
It's like those people who use those water jetpacks and they don't know really how to control it.
Yeah, exactly. You go, whoa, whoa, and somehow he
Incoming.
not dying from it or exploding, but yeah, it looks really uncomfortable.
See if the jetpack works out for him once he gets it. You got Daedalus being built next for the Wind Ranger. Nothing to say. Soon to that shard. So items, if they've got enough time, they can make it happen here for LGD. But you could sense the presence for IG at the moment. Oh, hook shot missing, and now Rune picks up by Emo.
Yeah, no power hook this time. Asher picked up by Troll, and yeah. Still just fine. Farming.
But this is what happens in elimination games, right?
Sure.
You
Both
find
teams,
yourself being a little bit more conservative.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're afraid of committing a big mistake. Like, if you lose your Phantom Lancer or a Troll in a questionable way, this game can just head. Puck also itemizing into Lincoln Sphere. You see Emo? Usually he would go like Dagon 5 E-Blade, but it's 1-1 elimination on the line. He goes for Lincoln Sphere. Love to see the change in mindset. 5-man smoke. The high ground.
High ground.
Boom, there it goes.
He'll be the one who breaks the smoke, uses that rocket flare, scouts it out. Awkward. He throws down a cog, actually going to push it over Emo. He's going to have his Lincoln broken. So the Warriors are on the funnel spot over the stairs. They'll use the finger. They'll look over to get the kill on Anderson. They'll take that one. He's going to buy back immediately. They're looking over. He's got to try to with the Ice Blast coming in. And
huge Ice
will
Blast.
land. Shackle, I think, bounced back and hit up the same attached to a tree. They got themselves the Shackle. The can't get on the Phantom Wizard. We're going to go inside of that. He's nearby.
They've got the Lunasaur on him, but it's not going to help him. Fly is gone.
They'll look over at JT. They have locked up his Timber. He's got nothing to do here except rattle around as the battery assault hits him, rattles the cage, and will take out JT.
And that breaks Roshan wide open. I told you this matchup can go very one-sided. PL gets caught up without Manta Cell, gets rooted, gets bashed, commits BKB ult on Troll, and there's just no getting out of there. Once you're permanently rooted, you're done. You're absolutely done.
So let's watch. Emo initially gets that Lincoln's broken, and Fabian moves in. There's a Shackle for a second, but let's see, nothing to say. Yeah, Shackles himself to the tree, and then outs off the Lunasaur on the last second. Hold on, Kaka getting killed. Got the aces to the hands of Ame.
Yeah. And now,
Radiant's top
3K
tower
gold
is
lead.
under attack.
For PSG.LGD.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Really, you know, holding on with a victory there in that fight over mid. The game was starting to slip, and Fly finds himself getting perma-lockdown, and he was unable to do anything.
It did have to buyback on the two support stone. So those are now prime targets. You kill the clock, you kill the shaman, they're gonna be out of the fight for 70, and it gives IG really a very good chance of just fighting without the cost. Without the shaman and clockwork, there's no one to lock targets down.
And it's
Yeah,
up.
you just have to rely on a Shackle connecting, and that is not something that you want to have your only hopes of lockdown be on.
I mean, Troll will have two disciplines in the next power fight.
They caught the clockwork, finger used, down goes Innocence, dead for 70.
Very aggressive posture here for clockwork. Maybe he just was like, yeah, kill me now, so next time I respawn, I'm not going to be dead for 70 at least. Yeah, 5-head Galaxy Brain kind of play. Warlord. They completed.
Why is that extra bit of lockdown?
Puck already has a counter. Just have to link it here.
What can I say? Nature loves me.
Phantom Lancer actually went through a Ghost Scepter after that last engage.
Fortunes change.
Oh, Kama. Yeah, they're lagging, apparently.
See who can fight through it.
A prize.
Changes
Ah, they both can.
Here's the Abyssal Blade.
Troll Warlord is a right clicker. Phantom Lancer is the right clicker. They're both gonna be just fine. A clicking it fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He moves in slow-mo, you can pull off your abilities better.
If both teams were not allowed to use spells, like all 5 heroes just A-click down the mid lane.
I don't know. I don't want to guess. I'll give it a draw.
Call, right?
Yeah.
I think it might be the Troll.
Well, if it's only just the PL and the Troll?
No, all 5 heroes. And I'm saying Troll because he has the Abyssal Blade, which blocks 100 physical damage from all the PL illusions, basically, practically making him invulnerable. Because those illusions won't even tickle him, they'll do nothing.
4-man smoke from LGD. Too close to IG at the moment, who are pretty deep on their own side of the map.
Dyer's
Emo,
bottom
LTP
tower
back
is
to
under
base, so
attack.
he's going for that Dagon 5 now.
Makes no sense.
Operation,
Damage output.
yeah, Operation
Dyer's
Black
bottom tower is
with the
under
Lion,
attack.
Finger Dagon. Boom. See you later.
Finger Dagon plus Ice Vortex. There's a lot of potential magic burst coming out. But Troll Warlord now has level 25. Strong battle trans strong spells. No stuns. Not hexes though. If he gets hexed, he's in trouble.
For Troll. Got that level 20 talent there for the Windrunner. So he's picked up the Maelstrom on the Troll. They've got the Psychic Headband on the Timber. Gonna look is, I mean, he's up 4K over this Phantom Lancer. Ame just out farming Fly massively.
But they're not really using the Aegis to fight. Like, game. There was one fight in the last 6 minutes. Now it's back to just farming again. Although they have and a very strong Troll. Just being a little bit timid here. It's gonna run out without using it.
Unfortunate, but it still gets them towards their next items. We'll see though if that ends up being enough, because while yeah, it does get LGD to their next items, the open space for IG, it does the same for them. And between these next items, that fight is that was very close over near the tier 2 tower mid on the LGD side, but this could be a tough one coming out without an Aegis now in 20 seconds.
They catch the Troll here, it could just work out perfectly for them. And the other way, 1 out of 10. Oh!
They're gonna look over, they've got the Finger, and there's the kill on the Innocence immediately. He's dead for 43 seconds. They found their attention on the Ame.
5 seconds.
The Chakram lands, and Aegis will expire without it being used in a fight.
Block just to land once more. Another Finger stack. Now, where does that leave us? Both teams back to farming. You can just really see how different they are in this game compared to the other team.
Yeah, very timid. Very timid.
Roll on a good pace. He goes all in or will we keep climbing?
I would expect him to go all in. I think that's Ame's style.
Dyer's bottom tower is under
Always
attack.
has been, but it also backfires quite fast.
That is true. Abyssal almost finished here for the Phantom Lancer.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Abyssal necessarily, because it still can't kill the Wind Ranger, you can't kill the Troll. They will have to just cut the backline, kill the Viper, Shaman, as well as Clockwork. Going in, kicking out.
Fuse will use just as he blinks away, so he'll walk away from a distance, but still pretty slow. Not going to matter. They can't catch up to him. They're going to look for the fight, though. They are smoked up. They'll look over mid. They'll use that Dream Coil. They've got the Ice Blast coming over, and that should get onto the Shadow Shot. He just sidestepped it. So the stun out of the Windrunner. The Phantom Lancer trying to fight and fight over on Ame. They've got the BKB pop by, nothing to say. They go after Cock. They're going to chase this line, get the kills now, dominating. They finish off a trade, though, on JQ, who is low to start the fight. Flamethrower. Is it enough from JT? He's all by himself. He'll Timber Chain into some distance, trying to TP out, and will be successful. It's a 2-for-1 as they lose both their supports on IG.
Dyer's career's gone down
nothing
in
to say.
flames.
Spots
He
Emo.
cancels the blink.
Yeah, he did cancel the blink, but they don't follow it up.
He has to be so
This is
careful
it.
on the Troll.
Yeah.
I've just seen him fight the Phantom Lancer, and he ran out of mana in like 2 seconds. He doesn't have mana for Battle Trance if he gets burned too much. Really turned his fight around. In the favor of IG.
He needs to be very careful about how he approaches these fights.
Like, he's not the smartest hero to control, only sitting at 1 imp per level. Right-click people, but yeah, 500 max mana. At level 26, that's kind of ridiculous.
Like, it really is nothing. He's going to Axe now. He is spawn again. And almost shackling himself once more. Nothing to say. Needs to really be careful with that Lotus Orb. Throwing the shackle shot out, and then it bounces. Luckily, he didn't attach himself to a tree, because he would have been dead.
Yeah, it happened a couple of times already. Right on that one. And even though they had this Aegis fight, or not Aegis, fight. They had this ages, you know, the gold lead is dwindling more and more in IG's favor. We're now kind of swallowing up the map.
Lancer forward from this right near the tier 2 tower. They are looking to jump again in the same spot for IG. Game ticking even, 37 minutes in.
Middle tower is under attack.
This one hanging on an egg.
Roshan will respawn in 1 minute 40 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under
LGD
attack.
should be very aware of that because you have one of them.
Just getting upgraded and gonna feel really strong.
It's looking spicy.
That was such a good
Radiant's
step for
bottom
you,
tower
Pico.
is under attack.
Sometimes I just can't knock them down, dude.
You know they have a clock on their team, Pico.
Right twice a day, though. Her spike comes in. Rodaway utility slow. Shack will be used. The ice but's gonna come over to the clock. They got a damage coming in from nothing to say to rip off Kaka and Ollie immediately. Quick shot was used with the jetpack away, and both supports are gone. However, 50 seconds until Roche is up.
Feels like every fight is the same way. Both supports die, IG runs out with all 3 cores, and LGD is just happy sitting back and farming up some more.
And it's up. Radiant's
Can't farm
courier
that
was
much more
caught in
anymore
the
though. Troll is
crossfire.
6 slaughter pretty much.
Yeah, we'd have to think about what he can exchange, right? Going at probably turn it into a blessing and then go swift, but that's like a long ways out. Dream Coil is going to give enough time for IG to potentially close the gap, but they don't want to go for it.
Nah, they just wanted to bait potentially BKB here, but Ame keeping his cool, not falling for the bait. And who needs boots when they have spider legs?
Radiant's top tower is under
One
attack.
of the best items in the game at the tier 3. Now the tier 4 items are online. We'll have to see if Puck finds a spell prism. Be the best pickup for him, potentially. Time is ready, would be very good too.
I think Timeless Relic would probably be one of the best ones there for IG.
Yeah. I mean, if IG gets both, then Lion and Puck are good.
You gonna buy out on that X?
It is so risky. If he does.
Yeah, he did.
He has no buyback now. This might be the game-deciding fight. Buy.
Yeah.
Break the smoke.
This could be a big fight for IG on the fact that they're on the opposite side of the map. They're near the objective. Got the Hex. They'll look over. They're going to catch Firefly. They've got the Shackle. The Woman's Order on him. They've stunned out the Windrunner, though. They get the kill over on a GQ. They've taken out one. He doesn't have buyback except for 62 seconds with the Earth Spike hitting on the clockwork. Now, they're starting to put the pressure on the side of LGD. They've got the Viper Strike. They're going to GQ. It's going to silence up the Troll trying to do all he can. He goes into the Battle Train. And now he's going to fight this Phantom Lancer. They've got the Shackle. Isn't enough. The damage coming in. He's got the Loser. Will he survive? He goes into the Doppelganger trying to run away. The illusion is going to be enough for him. It's looking likely that he can turn this around because Ame's going to fall. Nothing to say, trying to salvage the fight. Dual Soul as the Shackle doesn't connect anything, but he's got the depth to take out Firefly. Jet back into the air. They don't have buyback on Ame. He's going to be dead for 95 seconds. They'll take out Kaka. That's going to be another one down to the side of IG. Both these heroes have buyback on the side of IG, so let's see if they use it as they'll chase JT. Nothing to say, salvages the fight, and they will commit the buyback. Phantom Lancer, he'll buy back. I think they're recognizing the fact that Troll doesn't have his own buyback. They'll use the hook shot. They're right on top of JT, and they'll get the kill onto this Timber. But right on in is Emo. He's gonna boots travel in, look over at Innocence, whose jetpack runs out of fuel. Emo waiting Rift. Don't think he saw him. Silent, hiding. No way.
Standing there in the
jetpack.
trees.
I accept this offering.
It's not a meme
Runs out of fuel and saves him.
They need to get this Roshan though. They have 50 seconds to get this Roshan. They can revive it for it. And this fight was just so unfortunate for the Troll. His own Shadow Shaman trapped him inside the wards. He was stuck there for a good 12 seconds. He didn't wait for a Spider Leg to come off cooldown. His entire BKB duration wasted. And they can't get the Roshan. There was a buyback
No,
committed.
they can't even get Roche. Oh dear, that's real bad for IG. They committed the buyback, which what? What's going through their mind that they used that buyback on Firefly?
I am not entirely sure. He bought back. He was kind of chasing a clockwork together with his Puck, but nothing really came of it. They tested Roshan a little bit here, gave him a right-left jab combination, but not enough damage to take him down at all. Now he's not working with buyback anymore. and Troll still has his. Granted, he doesn't have the money. He can farm that up real quick.
Let's see. 7K lead. Who will get the next Aegis?
Aegis is so game deciding here. You just see how fast PL can drop once the focus fire is really onto the real PL. Very scary.
And it looked like they had the opportunity to take that fight. They took a control, but nothing to say. He kind of goes off, and we saw the power of this Wind Ranger not only in that fight, but we've seen it before in other matchups. You know, specifically the Neon matchup where Yopaj was doing so much damage, just got a little unlucky. The Ash and Hex that he threw on the Spirit Brigade immediately into the finger with Waiting Ring picking up control as well as the Viper. They've got the dagger, they'll have the Ice Blast. They get the Kona Faith beyond. He's got 5 dead for 85 seconds. They're not flashing it, so he won't use it immediately. He does have a tier 2 to TP to. But let's see, this might be the opportunity that IG need to go after Roche.
Symphony of skills there. He's just blasting him from long distance, nobody really committing, and I'm surprised they had this much damage. I guess Puck now, E-Blade, Dagon 5 completed, he's gonna be an absolute monster in those team fights. They don't have the means to lock him down. They can kill PL maybe, but his Puck is gonna be huge as well.
They're looking for more, they're trying to wrap. They won't find anybody. Ame, those spider legs definitely helping eluding the other team as well. Like, yeah, you could replace your boots, but just being able to go over the cliff and get out of the harm's way very quickly like that is quite nice. They got the Hex, they have the controller, use the hook shot, now got circuit boards around him. Against the Kaka, they're taking out the line real quickly with the Waiting Ring hitting out of the Shadow Shot as well as the Troll for silence up for a moment. He's starting to retreat on GQ. They did use the buyback. They get the kill on Ali. He's going to be dead for 53. He's got buyback as well. And these heroes on IG retreat. It doesn't go right for them. LGD, they put the pressure on and they push them away.
Viper had with the buyback go, but so did Kaka. If Kaka goes down once more, he is the main lockdown for this IG side here. If they can rid themselves of that pest, it's going to be very hard to lock down.
By going Butterfly next.
This game is so intense both sides. LGD now running into the pit. Roll, no buyback, 1,000 gold. Pit, gonna die real fast. Puck is strong here.
Waiting Rick and Spoil, that lands up too. The Air Spike that followed it up did not land on either of those heroes. The BKB's already been committed from Ame, so he's gonna need to retreat. That's leaving Roche at half health.
Oh no, this might be a huge mistake here by LGD. How are they gonna fight now without BKB and Troll?
Might have to just take a gamble. Got the rocket flare that's getting some vision. They need the timing, they need the lineup for him to go in with a hook shot when the timing's right. And he's going the hook shot to use the jetpack. He's caught out. Figure no buyback with another kill. Does not have buyback. He's gone for 100, and it's looking like LG just need to give up this Roche. Something that we're going to take.
Was a questionable decision to begin with. They're ready to jump in perhaps.
Oh, nothing to say. He wants to go for it. They're going to try and get Roche. Roche is down. Aegis is my fly. Really looks like they're coming out of the controls. He was rolled back. He's going to be on his gun for 99 seconds without buyback. IG might have just taken this game away from the hands of LGD. And they've got nothing to say. They're getting a kill. Down he goes. 4 heroes down to the side of LGD. IG lose nothing. Oh my, nothing to say, took a gamble and he will lose it all to the house.
When LGD just completely losing their cool over that Roshan. First they bring it to half health, after put all the BKBs to run out, then Clockwork dies without buyback, and then they all run to the pit to steal the Aegis. Would have been a much better call to just sit back, wait for your BKBs, and just defend your high ground, sure. It sucks that the enemy got Roshan, but he might have potentially just lost this game.
A full minute without this troll. He's 780 gold short of buyback. This is at least a rack, so we'll see how much IG are willing to go for. They have been playing conservative, so you gotta wonder how much they're willing to try and take.
At least one side, possibly 1.5 here. The building damage is not the highest, to be honest. Phantom doesn't have most of the damage here.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
On top. Rain tracks to follow.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
10k shifting gold lead as it goes 3k over to IG.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
trouble.
Dyer's top barracks are under attack.
Big turnaround.
They're not gonna make it in time.
The toxin down. Actually, they're going to be willing to fight. They've got He's on the channel. They've got the silence on the toxin. Is going to bring Ame in to try and get something happen, but they've already lost GQ. GQ gone for a long time as they'll go out on Taka. Taka will fall, but he gets a finger out before he dies as well as an Earth Spike. Hook shot comes in. Innocent's gone. 2 years on the side of LGD. They're trying to defend, but it's not defending well. They'll have to back up, and this Rax is gone.
Top barracks have fallen.
No BKB now. And we said it, it's a real problem now. Might just be the puck. Defense mindset definitely is a problem. But how do you deal with this puck? You just can't kill him. You don't have the spells to kill him. You don't have the disable to lock him down.
Like a big challenge now for LGD. IG have done it right, and they have come back in this game, holding a massive advantage 47 minutes in.
Just shows again why Puck is one of the most contested hero in the game. He deals so much damage while just being elusive as... What's really elusive in real life, Nico?
Octopus.
Tiger. Octopus, sure.
Double damage.
As elusive as an octopus. This Spell Prism eventually gonna go into the Octarine core, I'm sure. Phase Shift will have like a 0.2 seconds downtime. Will be an incredibly hard task.
Haste!
Emo popping off at tier 3.
He really is, and we haven't really felt that presence in game 2, but now here in game 3, it is time for him to shine. I don't want to count LGD out of it just yet. They do have an opportunity to still make this work out. They're almost level 30 on the Troll. They've got 25 on the Windrunner and almost 25 on the Viper. The same could be said
Dyer's
for
bottom tower is under
IG,
attack.
but they've got 28, 27, and 24. Timber's about to hit 25 as well.
Number 25 won't pack this game.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Massive.
Like the Troll. It feels like Troll can never really find his footing in the fight. Like he's just getting disabled from range.
Dyer's bottom tower is
very early into the fight.
tower has fallen.
Post BKB, how do you fight? Sure, you have Battle Trance, they have AO, they have lots of stuns, lots of ways to copy this. And then
Let's
the
see.
Troll late game.
And they defend.
It is still up there.
They've got the silence as well as the Hex. They use the finger. They've got the Dream Core. They're going to drop down all this damage. The Ice Blast lands. He's going to be dead. They'll have 5x. Have a second chance here with Ame. Sword on the Timber. JT trying to get out with a hook shot as he tries to Timber chain away. Well timed by Innocence. JT falls. Taka's dead without buyback. He did use the Troll buyback. That's not awful for LGD, all things considered.
It's pretty awful because the winning condition doesn't have rabbit. Did you see how he died there? Puck linked in, E-Blade, taking A blast, gone. It's just so easy for them. They can just do it again. Like, how
really
can Armor comfortably stay in the front lines now after experiencing that? After like a nightmare come true.
And he's not really even standing in the front. He was behind his own racks. I mean, he's getting blown up from a distance.
Behold!
Regeneration here is just so good at that. Ice Blast, E-Blade, Hex, Line Finger. There's just so much damage potential. It's insane. And as you said, it's all from a mega long range.
Just have like 10 stacks at this point on that finger.
No, only 6.
Feels like 10.
Lion Finger plus E-Blade. Still in combination.
Yeah. And they're timing that right. It seems like every time that he does throw that finger out, the E-Blade timing with it has been on point.
And to be honest, I don't know what the Troll can really itemize for. Negate that. Sure, you can go Aeon Disc, then you're taking up a very precious slot, and it's on like a 2-minute cooldown. Whereas E-Blade Dagon, what's the cooldown on that? 16.4 seconds and 12 seconds. It just makes no sense to buy Aeon Disc.
Would it have to be you relying on maybe somebody else to pick up like a Lotus Orb or a Linken's to place on you?
Linken's for sure. Lotus Orb isn't going to help that much, but his teammates will definitely need a Link. Possibly even a Pipe or something, or maybe Glimmer Cable. much faster because they do have a couple of glimmers. But I think nothing to say. We'll have to focus this Link here on the patrol every time. Thank you. He's running out of the base. Why?
Way far out. He's already caught. So far away from the base, and he is gone. He does have buyback. And I don't know what he's doing there, but he gets killed. Dream Coil, they've got the waiting grip. They're going to go after this Viper. Viper in some trouble. The Dream Coil will not be enough lockdown to get the kill here. 2 catapults, they'll invade the base. They've got creeps coming through mid. LGD need to clean up, and they did commit the buyback on just the poke and prod from LGD.
Now smoke up. They have Ninja Gear, CQ. Look for a kill here. They do have a very good observer what's scouting out the Radiant side here. Everyone's smoked up. It's go time.
They're going to try and go. They might be able to find Wi-Fi. They're right on him!
Do they have him? He's out! He's too far! He's gone! Oh no! Wi-Fi! 2 minutes! He's got buyback, but that is a big kill. If they can force his buyback, that is a win condition for LGD. We'll look over at the Ancient Apparition while they'll also find the Lion. And get the kill here. He's used that Ghost Scepter. Ollie dies. Kaka falls. They all have buyback. JT trying to TP out. LGD have found a way to get 4 kills and clean up the side of IG. Oh my!
Fortunately for IG though, Roshan not respawning for another 2 minutes, so LGD won't pick that up, and they should all be able to respawn here on the IG side. We'll see if Ame can potentially take down a Rex here before they respawn. Very long timer.
Buybacks aren't getting forced, which is something that would really help them out and really alleviate
They
this
have
pressure.
to force it. They know Roshan's not up, they need to force the buybacks, but Puck is pushing in all the lanes. He's so obnoxious. What do you do about it?
Is under attack.
Can't just let this base get pushed in. They need to find a way to get a buyback force. They still have 50 seconds without the Phantom Lancer. They have time to do this. They have time to push through mid, but they need to be careful. They've got the tier 2. That's going to go down relatively quick. Just nothing to say working on it right now. Let's see. It's Pop. He's disarmed for a moment with that E-Blade, but they've got the tower gone. 40 seconds without the Phantom Lancer. Will he hold buyback? They've got a 2 racks advantage. I'm not sure he's going to even use buyback if they go after the set of racks on mid.
Close the blast
Scroll does not have buyback. If they surprise buyback here and kill the Scroll, the game is all over for LGD, and they know that. They're getting bullied out by a single Puck because of the fear of buybacks, man. Oh, that feels so bad. Puck sitting at 10,000 gold, by the way. Wow. It's like an investment banker at this point.
Going Ag's Blessing.
Yeah. So good. They didn't even have the best tool yet against all the BKBs coming out from the Dire. Now they do. Now the fight is just going to get that much harder. Roll buyback up in 2 minutes. That's what they're waiting for.
That's a hack. That's big.
It is. Glepnir though cannot trigger the Lincoln Sphere anymore, but they will have to find another way to do that.
Triangle, they're smoked up. Nearby. They're in the Roche. Oh, Emo! Spot zone. Dream Coil used, and that's with the Ag. It's an early Dream Coil. Now they go over in. They've got the finger as well as the Air Spike coming in, and the Ice Plus lands under the Viper as well as the Troll. They're going to try and run away the Viper. The Dream Coil finally not there on him. And with BKB popping, nothing to say. They need to find their attention onto the right here as the Phantom Lancer into the back line. They're getting caught beyond it. They've got the Shackle as well as the Silence going to stop these Shackles from holding down the Wi-Fi, but the damage coming in. They've got enough to get the kill. He's got buyback with 3 heroes on the side of LGD, and I'm not sure Ame can continue to withstand the onslaught that's coming in from IG. They look over, they've got the tag, and they'll get the kill. He's gone for 2 minutes. They'll take out the Ancient Apparition. It's just nothing to say here. Up against the world, IG are chasing. They're looking to get the kill. They've silenced him up, but they can't control him enough. Oh, wow, a big fight for IG. A long time without Ame, and the creeps are pushing in through mid. It should be Roche, Aegis, everything there for IG, and another chance to finish off this series and go to the grand final.
And by throwing the Roshan here, while the rest of the team smoked up, potentially looking for a couple more pickups here. This Roshan will at least allow Ame to come back into this game with a buyback. We'll be up to 1 minute. Massive win, and this is Now it's just so survivable. They have to throw their entire load on him. Top BKB has top level strand, and he just has nothing left after that. Kaka. Actually looking for the clockwork here. Guys, he has no buyback.
Fire for Phantom Lancer. And they're already pushing the creeps in. They're letting Phantom Lancer take the Roche by himself.
Dire's middle tower is
Not hitting it anymore. Hey, fly.
Dire's middle tower
has fallen to the Radiant.
So now they've got the creeps pushed in.
under attack.
Oh, the courier.
Phantom Lancer axe. Oh, he took it himself. We have never seen a Phantom Lancer axe yet. See if we can put in some work. For those people that don't know what it does, it gives your ultimate an active that just many
Dire's
illusions
middle
as possible
tower is
with
under
an increased
attack.
duration on all of them. Could be pretty effective because they don't have good illusion clear at all. Armor up in 20, buyback available as well.
Dire's middle
He can hold the
tower
buyback.
is
That would
under attack.
probably be best for LGD.
Can he though?
Are they willing to go up against Megas?
Check they are.
Dire's
Right here.
structures are fortified.
Glyph? Alright, that's going to be enough time. So now they'll have 2 lives on the troll. The question is it going to matter?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Only down 7k, all things considered, but the net worth doesn't matter at this point. It's all just chaos, and we're soon into the tier 5.
We're now back into enemy territory with the Phantom Lancer axe.
Trying to come through with the Jutsu, and Jutsu's down. They're going to go and get the Hex. Absorb on him, 4 stabbed away. Alright, that works out for IG. Hex on cooldown, going back, looking for the racks once again. Rest, reset, and hope once more.
Here, 5 items in minutes.
The damage come out immediately onto the troll, looking with that Jagged as well as the weighty grip. Silences this damage. The pocket's just been too much for them to handle. They go left near the Manta, gets popped. Broken on the Nether Toxin. Innocent's looking for his opportunity to jump in, but they've got the Hex behind the Icon coming through. It looks like they're going to get the kill on the Clockwork with a finger. Off this one, though. His intertention. Oh, on the Evo! They got a kill on the pump! They take it out. He's going to buy back immediately. Now they'll go for JT. He's going to man the front lines, trying to do something here. He's over. He's got him with a flamethrower. Evo's back into the fight. It's right to hold, and they get the battle trans off. They got this done with the BKB being popped. Looking over the throttle. There's the Shackle shot with the Lotus over, bounces off back over on the Wind Runner. So nothing to say. He's the back off for a second with Troll trying to survive this, but getting close. He's going to freeze over the coast. He'll end up dying. He goes then buyback as well. So he's buyback. But you've got yourself Innocence, who's out of the fight. 95 seconds without buyback. They'll look over as JT will Timber Chain away, and I think this gives them an opportunity to go towards tier 5.
Still cheese on Phantom Lancer, now used, back to full health. Age is still online. Emo has to be a little bit careful here. It's gonna be a 4v5 fight if they choose to fight this. Tier 5 items in 30 seconds. They wanna go mega creeps.
They want to go Megas. They want to at least have that locked down. They've got Fly manning the front lines. We've seen how quickly they can blow up these heroes with the Ice Bucket, as well as the Dagon, the finger combinations coming through. This is tough. Reflecting. Spike coming in. There's the finger. There's the kill. Raytheon is out, but so is Kaka. They both have buyback. They're going to be back into the fight immediately. JT's going to be able with that Ghost Scepter, and now he needs to worry about how far he's going in. He's going to Timber Chain all the way to the back of this base, and he's in too far. He's Timber Chain too deep. He's going to be dead again. They've got those Megas, so all that sacrifice just to get Megas. They look over another to save. Taking a lot of damage. The no fire comes in. He's going to get the kill on another to save. They've got the Hex coming out of the Phantom Lancer. They've got the fucking fire used on the Phantom Lancer as well. Fly, trying to turn this around. He'll go after him with the Invincible Way. The Jelly Earth Fang getting up the Shadow Shot. They've got the Gems coming out of the Fly with the no fire on it. He gets the Doppelganger out of the high ground. They walk to the back line. They've got this is a pirate now. He's going to wear that cap. Outside of LGD, they get the kill on the King. They look over another to save. They've got the fingers that he's taking. Kaka gets taken out of the King. By back. Kaka has got all the fingers together. He did! Wow, he is there! They're going to the grand final! Oh my god! They forgot about the base. The Mega Creeps were enough.
I forgot about it too. I didn't even pay attention to it at all. IG going to the grand final rematch against EG. Last time they played, EG looked to be, you know, the favorite there. Let's see what they can do there.
down for me. We'll send it back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Black and B-Cop. A fantastic game that started off with a little bit of passive Dota that evolved into a bunch of team fighting. So much that the Ancient was just left completely unprotected.
This
Gentlemen.
this is the game 3 that we expected coming
Sure.
from the region. PSG.LGD versus Invictus Gaming. You can't really say which team is much better, and when the heroes can decide it, the creeps have to take matters into their own hands and take the throne.
It was, there were so many moments where I was just like, oh, the game's over. Oh, the game's over for the other team. Oh, the game's over for the first team that got it back from the other team. And I was wondering, I was like, man, they've been hitting this Drax for a really long time, and no one has gone to a different lane yet. And eventually the camera just pans over Invictus Gaming victory. Yeah.
They get those megas, and megas make sure that the game finishes, because PL is an abysmal pusher overall. I liked still very much the itemization coming from him. I liked the E-Blade as well, that was very much needed. Nothing to say, had a Wind Ranger performance, I should say.
It's not Yopaj tier.
Not Yopaj, Yopaj God tier, but it was pretty solid.
It's pretty solid.
Pretty good. Innocence as well. Talking about the losers first, and to compliment them a little bit, because it's a bit sad.
Why was jetpacking around like a madman?
Jetpacking around, Clockwork again in his hands on position.
Oh man, that is a rough expression.
Yeah, on position 5 does very much, but
yeah, and this is the Roche fight where I was like, classic Ame. He do be throwing sometimes.
Yeah, but did you see? Nothing to say. He's inside.